with the bat, and no doubt that means we're going to see Luke Letitia and Damien Wallen going to be doing the opening again. Remember, these two put 98 together in that partnership before. And before we go over to the field, what a lovely sight that is. There's the, I say that this ground is nestled below the mountain range here in Katama, the Sierra de Katama. Well, that was a lovely shot for Sierra de Katama. There's a lovely shot of the two openers. They're looking to do it again. Damien Wallen, he's all smiles, so he should be. Maybe it's his time to go big this time. And that's all down to, well, he's batted twice and made 50 twice. He were in 24 in 2 innings. I think Osman Haider, he's back in his side to chase, and well, look, they have won one match. It wasn't the most convincing, you'd have to say, and it was against Zagreb. Sokol, who batted first, made 77, and Bjorvika, they chased him down, but only did it with 3 balls to go, getting to the 78 that they required. So a bit of a risky strategy, I think. Griffins, I think they would have, either way, they would be batting first. So I think they're the happier of the two squads here, batting first. And well, it's very different to the first match weather-wise that they played when they got that victory of 88 runs over Zagreb Sokol. The sun is out, and well, you'd have to say it's a beautiful afternoon to be having a bat. Good afternoon to everybody. Good afternoon to everyone that's enjoying the cricket in the fan zone, and also to the British School of Marbella that have come down, and the kids enjoying the cricket and also enjoying playing a bit of cricket. As we make a start of this match in the air, and oh, we're talking fingertips, fraction away from being the first wicket in that first match earlier today. There was a few early scares. Both these batters did give opportunities. This one, look, doesn't quite get the height on it quite easily. Could have gone hand. And instead goes to the boundary. First ball, 4 runs. Looking to carry on the good work from before. Salim once more. That's well bowled. Right up there in the slot. You don't go across the line to those. Respected by Tissier. Plays it down the ground. Gets the single. Salim now to Wallen, and goes a little bit too wide. Good carry through, good bounce from Sufyan Salim. Just strays a little bit too wide, and according to the umpire. Chance, got to take it, and they do. And a partnership which was fruitful first time round this morning. 98 runs has been broken early on 6, and it's Wallen who goes. And technically of his first ball, bearing in mind the one before it was a wide, so he was all smiles coming out. It's not going to be all smiles going back. It doesn't last too long this time. What it does mean, and maybe this is perhaps a blessing in disguise, it means that another batter gets the opportunity to get out there early. And safe hands from Barty, making no mistake. So Griffins losing a wicket early. The unbeaten team at the moment.
Exactly.
Well, I said he won't be all smiles going back, but I'm wrong, he is all smiles. And well, maybe he thought it was going to happen eventually. Let's get it done and out of the way. And that will go down as a first baller, Damien Wallen. Just make you think what, that's what teams will be thinking. If we can get Letitia, Luke that is, remember his brother Glenn also plays in the same side, get Luke early. And who knows, that's a lovely looking shot, just trying to pierce the field there. Fielder does well, and that's Rasul, player of the match yesterday. Just getting a touch on that. Yeah. Short chance. Oh, just dropping short. This comes off the gloves. You just get the feeling of the man who took the first catch. Perhaps of that, just dropped short. This time straight to the fielder. Good finish to the over. 7 for 1 at the end of the first. And well, the Norwegian champions, Bjorvika, made a positive start. It's a good time to welcome back a man who's had a bit of a break, Mr. Maximo.
I did have a bit of a break and I enjoyed it. Enjoyed watching that last game. The Tigers were muzzled in the end, weren't they? But they looked dangerous early. I thought they were going to pull it off against Brigade. They just lost their weight. Power of runs on the board. I think Rico back there in match number 7. But here we are in match 8. And I'm looking forward to this contest as well. Griffins. Can anyone slow them down? Early wicket. It's not something they've had to deal with too often so far in this tournament. Jason Martin to the crease at number 3. Outstanding keeper batter. He's played a high level of cricket as well. He's going to have to deal with Usman Arif.
Arif just strays a little bit down the leg side. And take the single. Usman, a very good player. National team player as well.
You would have seen him in Krefeld, of course, last year in that try series, T20 try series.
Yeah, he bowled really well in Krefeld. I was very impressed with him. It was interesting to have a chat with him. He's been working hard, been getting himself fit. He's up for this, and let's see if he can show his talents out there on the big stage.
Be a good contest.
Bowled again. That's an indication of his pace. I'd like to see him follow through just a little bit more. He tends to bowl and stop.
I picked that up. I don't think he's going full pelt at the crease. I think it's also a case, you know, he would have bowled competitively for the first time in a while, I think, yesterday.
Yeah.
Pretty cold winters up there.
Again, asking questions of the Griffins batters, and it's Martin. Martin, who's having to fend off the pace of Arif at the moment.
Yeah. Can go up a notch, but will he?
And tickles this away nicely, and not going to catch this. Once it gets past you, forget it. It's 4 runs. Wasim Abbas was the man closest to this. Just a little tickle, and once it's gone, and it stays gone.
Yeah, smart. Just works it around the corner. Here you have the fine leg back. That one does make it to the fence. Cuatro carreras. One thing I would say about today, not as windy as it was yesterday, just a slight breeze. And that really did impact the shots that the batter could play safely. Yeah. So now you can go down the ground with a bit of confidence if it's pitched up. But a big Usman, I think he's putting many in your half. There's one. It's still just a single. And I think Griffins, they've never really been in trouble with the bat. This is what I'd say. Sometimes you don't know where you're at until you really test it. And I think in this series, they've flown with the bat so far, haven't they? Big scores in their 2 matches. That early wicket may just scramble things a bit, but they've still got that man there. Captain Luke Letitia. He's fired every time they've played.
Goes for the big one. Doesn't quite get this one right, and he knows it. And that's a very good over. 7 runs from it. And just one boundary with the ball that's straight down on the legs. Keeping the pressure on. So again at 7 and over here at the moment. 14. 1 wicket down. Second over out the way.
Yeah, let's have a look at the table. Let's just say it's pretty even up the top. 3 teams on 2 wins. It's quickly becoming a case of the haves and the have-nots. Yeah. And Bjorvika to stay in the range of the top 3. I think they're going to want to win this, because then there'll be 4 teams on 4 points. But Griffins, they can cement top spot with a win here. Remember, the top 3 and bottom 3 are so relevant at the end of day 3.
And shouts to catch it, and he does stop it at least. It's another, not the best of deliveries on the leg side. I would have hoped to have done better with that, Martin. What he does do is gets a single, he gets to the other end. He's disappointed he doesn't find the rope. shot, and this one is gone, and it's still going. Lovely shot, straight down the ground. 6 runs to the warm applause of the spectators. Boom! Shaka Lagya.
Yeah, really nice shot. And confidence is key, isn't it? With the bat in hand. This is a man with plenty of it at the moment. Leticia.
As time goes, find the gap out in the offside. Plays it pretty well, but straight to the man. That cover. Nobody patrolling the boundary in this power play. The offside. Goes straight down the ground and doesn't quite time this, and they've got the big man. Slight change perhaps in pace there from Salim. Draws Letizia to the shot. He wants to go down the ground, and that's a good catch. And what they've done is they've held on to their catches, and that makes a big difference because they've got both the openers out.
Well, that's huge, and this is what I was talking about before. They've never really had to do it without their captain making plenty, and this was just a slight miscue. He had plenty of time, didn't he, to get back. Summed it up. Good technique there, just shielding his eyes from the sun. Usman Arif comes up with the catch to remove the danger man. So they'll have to find their run somewhere else in this one. He goes for a dozen. The score is 21 for 2.
Yeah, that's a huge wicket. And I think this also, we're going to see the test now. Test of character perhaps from Griffins. They've lost man who's their captain, who's been instrumental in helping them get into those high scores. Remember, he scored 50, 23 of their in their first match, and then earlier today 75. Swing and a miss first up from Martel.
Yeah, Martel likes to play his shots. Doesn't stick around too much. Sufyan Salim's having a pretty good week as well. For Bjorvika, he's been one of their shining lights. Martel yet to score. Last ball of the power play coming up.
Well bowled, and it's been dug up and puts the pressure on the fielder, and it's always going to be a difficult one to field an attack. Takes the single, and they'll be very pleased, Bjorvika, with where they are here at the moment. 22 score for 2, 22 for 2 very quickly. It's a lucky number in Spain, all the 2s, so make a wish.
Yeah, well, actually, Richie Benaud Appreciation Day coming up in a week, because it's month 2 and day 22.
Let's just having a chat there in the middle. Yeah, carry on, Vic.
Yeah, Richie Benaud Appreciation Day is a bit of a campaign to make that Richie Benaud Day, because it's 22 of the chew.
Ah, okay.
And maybe at chew 22 seconds. That's only a week away. I know there's a bit of a campaign, because you know in Australia now we've got the Richies that come one day of the test. A lot of people will come as a Richie. In fact, I've got my, I'm seeing it over or so, I've got my Richie Benaud inspired jacket on today.
Abbas coming into bowl.
He's a great man, actually.
Just in what he played in the game yesterday. This one.
Oh wow. This almost comes off his back and back onto the stumps. I don't know if we've got time for a replay. He's super quick. Have a look at this. He chops into his body and then hits the bell number 10.
Ooh.
This would have been an all-time highlight. That had gone onto the stumps.
It's rolled along his back, isn't it? Full toss. Hasn't quite hit it cleanly, but it dropped short of the man coming in. Interesting action, isn't this, from Abbas? I was referring to it yesterday. And myself and Corey were talking about it. And, not too much of a straight arm, is there, when he's bowling this? Comes down the track, takes a shot, and just dropping short of the field. And that's the one, I think Corey would agree with me here, that's the one I think you take on. If you can get another wicket here against Griffins, take the chance. I know it's a gamble, it could go past you, but I don't think you go back here, you go forward, you try and take that catch.
Yeah, a lot of talk about T10 being defensive, but I think you can't save runs by taking wickets.
The ground has got to be quick. It wasn't a clean pick-up. If it was, it would have been closer.
Yeah, it's a fair assessment, Rico, I have to say. And there is a degree of tolerance now written into the laws about it. To me, it's always one of the most difficult issues to talk about or resolve in cricket, because obviously you want it to be an inclusive sport. You want people wanting to bowl, wanting to take part.
Oh, well, I'd like to see this again. I was about to say that's quite an optimistic appeal. Let's have a look at this again. I'm not sure what the umpire, and that's umpire Anand Shub, is seen here. Let's have a look at this. Look where the batter has stood and stood. He's gone. Now look, he has gone a fair way across the off stump, but this ball for me, well, a couple of things. A, the bounce. Secondly, I think this is,
there's a couple of issues here. I mean, was it going to keep going and miss the off stump? Was it high? And again,
up for me.
That's one. Look at a couple of elements. I think the bowler might be a bit fortunate with that one, especially because you could see leg, you could see middle. In the end, Martin, well, he should have hit it when it comes down to it. So Wazim Abbas is the man that takes his wicket, and Bjorvika, wow, with 3 wickets, 25 for 3. See, the thing is here, the point of impact. Okay, it's not really turning. I mean, does it hit in line or not? That's one element. Probably does hit him in line.
I think that's going over for me.
If it hits, it's hitting the very top corner of the stumps, isn't it? It's look, I think I would say if you put that to ball tracking, you couldn't say conclusively it was missing when it comes down to it. So, umpire's there to make it the call. He makes the call. 25 for 3. Any sounder here, Mr. Maximo, back in the box with Rico full. And now, Rico, yesterday you were wearing the beautiful pink shirt. Today you're wearing the black. Are you heartbroken? Are you in mourning? Are you okay?
I knew you'd say that. I knew you'd bring this back to Valentine's Day and things didn't go to plan. But no, I just thought, well, I can't keep clashing with you. Got to think of a colour that I know I haven't seen you wear, and it just happened to be black. But I'm liking the lime look today.
Yeah, I thought the Irish needed a bit of help. I thought they didn't quite play to their potential yesterday, but I think the Irish supporters over there, they're loving it. They've got the M-Wags. It's not just the wives and girlfriends, it's the mothers, wives and girlfriends.
It's a family affair, isn't it?
And teddy bears, but they don't get a letter in the acronym. But very well welcome to all of you, no matter where you're watching from. It's great to have you with us, and thanks again to Corey for his work in the last game as well. Been enjoying his insights on the game. Looks like we're ready for over number 5.
Short, and maybe not hit as well as what the new batter would have liked. Now, he played an important role in their first victory. Came in quite late on and put a good partnership together towards the end, scoring, he got around 18 runs. So we know that he is quite handy with the bat. And this one, is this gone all the way over the field? Yes, it has. He just, I'd like to see actually where he ends up when this goes over him. He does come in early, doesn't he? Takes a few steps early, then starts back paddling. Usman Arif, I think it probably clears him pretty well in the end. But you see, he comes in first. Yeah, it's gone over him.
Yeah, he wasn't getting it. I think that's acutely aware where the boundary was. The fact that it was over his head. Now this one may not be. It's another teaser. Actually, this one carries in the end. Maximo Martel trying to pick up this innings. The first time they've had some early wicket trouble, but Griffins rebounding nicely through the middle overs. Yeah,
well, look, he's hit this one on the walk, hasn't he? I mean, the bowler probably should have tried something a little bit different there. Sees him coming. Showed his hand early, but he's hit 2 sixes on the spin. So a bit of pressure on Ashraf here. Will it be 3 and 3? Certainly has a go. I heard something there. There was certainly a sound. Oh, well, what is this? Well, if it wasn't bat, I'd like to see it again.
Yeah, it certainly made a noise, but sometimes it's hard to go on noise alone.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think it was such a fine nick if it was one. There's no deflection. Let's see if we can pick up anything. This is normally a good angle for these. I mean, you can't tell there. What you would say, it's hard to say what it would have been. You got the pad flap flashing around. It's one of those ones, if umpire's not sure, probably he's not going to give it.
Yeah, you can't give what you don't see, and yeah, I'm all for that. There are always people say, but there was a noise. Yeah. It does not mean that ball is hit the bat. And I mean, I can tell you stories when I used to umpire. Not used to, I mean, obviously still do, but there were some naughty teams that
when do you umpire?
They were umpiring, and there's always somebody at slip. As the ball comes through, would click his fingers a little.
Oh, that is naughty.
Yeah, it's naughty, but
do 5 years in the slammer for that. Where I come from.
You can't go with noise alone.
That's more the over.
And this has been helped along to the man at behind square who do the fielding. So yeah, they've lost those wickets, but that over certainly has helped. Bit of acceleration when needed.
Yeah, so 5 overs down, 41 for 3. Game in the balance. Bjorvika have been improving every game. They've been kind of doing a bit better with the bat as well every time. And we're getting to the second half. It's going to make a big difference. If they get like 40 here or something like 60 or 70.
So, lovely sunshine that's caressing this beautiful ground. Beautiful location. You're watching the Champions League of cricket as we continue here. And it's Abbas who continues. And this one is called a wide. Has picked up a wicket.
Got to say, Rico, once again, we've been joined by some wonderful people, including Samir. Maybe show you after this ball. As we see Abbas coming in left arm around the wicket. Only 4 come off his last over. Nicely. Should just be 1. And now they'll get 2. It's a bit harder for the fielder from Shazad than he thought. Good running by the batters to get back for a couple. Yes, hello to the kids from the British International School of Marbella. Oh, let's have a wave there. And Samir, who doesn't want to be on camera, but he said they are playing really good cricket. Now, is that true? I'm going to have to come and have a look at that when I come out again. Now, this one could be a chance, and this one is taken. That is Kamar Ejaz, who's having a good week. And he just summed that one up, Rico. He had to go a little bit to his right. He judged it perfectly. So Hooper falls on his sword. Well, it was 22 for 2 a while ago. Now it's 44 for 4.
Yeah, Hooper, he's fancied himself to take this on. We were saying that he had a good innings yesterday lower down. He had a bit more opportunity to bat here. This is probably not the right shot to play. You see he's reaching for it. He's not able to get any power into the shot. He's just relying all on hand speed. And, well, good catch taken in the end. But, well, Abbas picks up another wicket. Well, let us know what you think about that action. I know that a few people were interested about it yesterday.
We might have to get the protractor out. I know he plays for the Royal Tigers. We have to get the protractor out, I think.
And I know you said Samir doesn't like to be on the screen, but he's here. And he was asking me what I think about that action. He's not convinced.
All right, so I want to know, do you guys like bowling or batting better? Hands up if you like bowling better. Do you like bowling better? Anyone? Yeah, it's because you can't bat. And who likes batting better? So we've got a bunch of whackers here.
Be careful,
I like it.
my phone at you at the minute.
Yeah, I know. I've actually got multiple line on my shoes now. Well, guys, it's great that you're here, and I'm really excited. The Cricket School project. And Rico, you can come in as well.
Can I come
squeeze
in?
you out.
I'll come in, sure.
There you go.
Yeah.
Just in
Thanks
time.
a lot. Thanks a lot. All right, cheers, guys. Big Productions. That's it. I'm not bigging you up anymore. That's why I'm wearing black.
That's a freeze frame. You'll get.
Why I wear black.
You'll get a whoosh if you pause that.
Match. Okay, let's quickly on this match. 4 wickets, 44. All the 4s this time. Well, 45 for 4.
You so 1 minute ago. I've got some more information though. There's another wicket though. And this time he really tosses it up. He goes shopping, as Rico would say. And the batter takes the bait. Adam Martell just wanted to hit this to the moon. In the end, he's going to have to go back. And that's a 5th wicket now. Bjorvika, they're warming up nicely here on day 2 as the sun comes out. It's 45 for 5.
Yeah, but he's getting through him. They can't pick him. They can't pick the action. And this one just floated up. And look, he does get a nice bit of turn here. A little movement away. And hits the stump. We thought it was an interesting move to put Griffins in first. So far, it seems to be working. And the Norwegian champions are on a high.
Yeah, well, this game's a great equaliser, isn't it? Especially in this format. Just one last piece of information on these wonderful children we've got up here with us at the moment. Some of them are starring in the under-16s at the moment. They play a slightly softer ball, but I think we could have some cricketers of the future here. And I think also, of course, got the ladies up here. We'd love to have a bit more women's cricket on ECN. Certainly, I know that He showed some of the internationals last year. And plans for there to be more. So that's great, and we hope they continue with it.
Hesitation, and that's what wickets does, doesn't it? A couple of wickets. Abbas is the one who's been taking them, and he's got them in a bit of trouble. So a ball to go in his spell. It's not comfortable playing that at all. Well, they're going to keep an eye on this. Maybe sneak a second. No, good backing up. You can see he comes down the wicket, then stops his shot. Just drops the bat on it. They get the single. So a good spell of bowling from Abbas. And, well, whatever you think about it, it's effective. It picks up 3 wickets.
Yeah, it's the end of the over as well. That's 46 for 5 now, after 6. And, you know, one thing I love is the sound of children's laughter, and the fact that it came at your expense. It's just a shame. Last over. Right, you can see their 6 over check-in time. I mean, I normally work off 2 a ball, but I think with 5 wickets down, it's going to be tough. I think now you're kind of grafting it out, trying to get 10s. Takes you to 86. That Bjorvika have struggled a bit with the bat. I think they've struggled with the adjustment.
Yeah.
And with the exception, probably, of Sufyan Salim. They've struggled a little bit with too many dot balls, just not keeping things moving. And now, who's this coming on to bowl now? I think it might be Rasul.
Yes, Rasul is coming on. Had a good day yesterday. So, and was he a little bit late here, the keeper? To see this again side on. It certainly was an opportunity. He does come out of his crease.
Yeah, it wasn't gathered that cleanly.
I think he used his body, not hands here.
Not here. He's back. He's back just in time. And the issue also was the ball gets kind of knocked out. But I think hitting the stumps was fine. And look, one group comes, another goes, and hello, you got guys, say a quick hello to everyone. It's great to have you here. Look up there though, that's what looking at you. And we even get Rico in. Come on, Rico, we got you in. There we go. There's Uncle Rico. Rico's good for throwdowns if you need to practice your batting. And yeah, good to see you guys. Having a good day? Are you enjoying your day here? Certainly pretty cool, isn't it? And we've got some. Oh, you came yesterday and you're here again. You might have grown since yesterday. It's good to see you guys, and it's involvement from all sectors here.
Nice looking shot. Just trying to split the gap there. Doesn't quite time it right, but this is the time when if there's going to be acceleration, it has to happen. Yeah. What do you reckon here? I mean, you normally do your 6 over check-in. Yeah. I think they'll be looking to get to the 100 here.
Yeah, somehow. But I think 80 is competitive the way that Bjorvika have batted so far. They have got a lot of batters that are down on confidence.
Goes for it, and he's got it. Says Carreras. Come on, kids, all together. Bolle, bolle, bolle.
Oh, you got the kids back on side now. That's big Maximo time. Needed this to go, didn't they? As Glenn Leticia, he's able to get this one. The older bro of the captain.
Yeah. It's nicely played. He's in the air, and it's another. And you can see there the body language of the partner, Jordan Martell. He's totally disappointed and gutted that his partner hasn't stuck around with him. Another wicket goes. They're trying to get a partnership gain here, but every time they look like they're going to do that, a wicket goes down. And time to say goodbye to this party of kids. Thank you all very much.
Party of 5.
Keep up the good work.
Had a party of 5 there. Yeah. Good TV show. You watching much of that?
Captain takes the catch. No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Probably had a job. Probably in high school when that came out. Anyway, unfortunately, have a 6 and out situation. And, just Griffins just seem to find a way to lose a wicket every time they get some sort of momentum in this innings.
Yeah, Glenn just played some nice shots, but couldn't get into the double figures. Goes for 8. These 6 deliveries. Who, if anybody, is going to get them to a score that they feel that it's going to be good enough to defend? I still think there's some 30 runs short here, and is it going to be Martell who's going to do it?
Now that's 7 overs down, and it is 55 for 6. And look, we did the girls. Let's just be fair. We had the girls. We've got the boys. Bring them up in a second. First, we'll let you know the format here. It's a round robin stage at the moment. This is day 2 of round robin matches. After tomorrow, they'll be split up into a top 3 and a bottom 3. Super Thursday on the way. And then finals Friday. So same format as last week. And Rico, like I say, we had the girls, and now we've got the boys. And this is very meta, because I think I'm getting filmed while we're on film. So this is pretty cool. And you guys having a good day? Look at this enthusiasm. I like it. I like it.
Okay, who took the diving catch?
Lost control here.
Where's look at that. Diving catch.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well,
somebody's got the wounds to show for it.
That's why you normally wear the long trousers. But you've worked with kids a lot in Spain, of course, as your role with Cricket España. So tell me how you think. Is this a good way to get the game?
This is fantastic. Look, I mean, okay, doing coaching sessions and netting like we know the Costa del Sol here do on a Sunday, that's one thing. But to be doing that, actually watching cricket of this level as well, and being involved with it in the air, this is going to be a chance. And Farlia, 4 wicket again. And well, you got to say that the Norwegian champions here, they are certainly on fire. They're on top. Another wicket goes, and you just can't see how Griffins are going to get to a sort of score that they can defend. You reckon they need to get to 80, and they could probably put a good defence in on that. But I don't know if they're going to get here. They're just throwing the wickets away here. And once again, we said it's all about seeing just what have they got if you get those openers out early. Well, at the moment, I think you've got to turn around and say, well, not a lot.
Yeah, this can happen, can't it? And losing wickets in clumps now. It's a 7th one down, 56 for 7. But like I say, whatever they have on the board, I think they will have a reasonable chance of going out there with some confidence, because Bjorvika, they haven't been convincing so far. For example, they need to chase 78 against Zagreb Sokol yesterday. It took them all the way to the end of the game. And it just went to the very last over, in fact. Bjorvika, their other game, only managed 93, so they haven't cracked the ton yet. The men from Norway. Afsal.
Answer the question, I think he just gets his foot back. But interesting, we've seen once again, we saw that in the previous match. It's all about taking the pace off, and it's the slower bowlers that are doing the damage.
Yeah, and it can't be easy coming out to bat, expecting to go for your shots and not get out when you've hardly faced any balls in the tournament. And of course, coming off the off season as well, so a lot of these players are very rusty for actual match experience.
It's all tiki-taka at the moment, but it's not tiki-taka they need a bit of boom-boom. Is there anybody there that's able to provide them with the big hits? Shabba, 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 you hear around the ground. That's certainly coming from the Norwegian camp. Down the ground again, another single, so more tiki-taka. They're going like a 2-cylinder tuk-tuk at the moment, but they need to get inside the big Viper and put the foot down and motor along. And just over the infielder. It will just be a single. Will they try and take the 2? They think about it. The throw comes in. And this is very good, disciplined bowling.
See you guys.
And a little teaser at the end of the over. 59 for 7 off 8. 12 balls remaining. He seemed like a good babysitter. I often talk about Damien Wallen being the babysitter for Griffins, being a fair bit older. But I certainly think you do a pretty good job. And now, I mean, they've just got to find a way to scrape 10 and 10. I honestly think 80 will be a bit more challenging than you expect. Well,
taken, good catch, and well, Vinny, yeah, you're right. We keep saying that, we think, but every time those words come out of our mouth, the wicket goes down. That's a good catch. He does well. That's going over his head. But Barty's been good. And look, the question is here, are they going to bat the 10 overs?
Well, the way it's going, that's 8 down now. And of course, it's not just the fact you lost 8 wickets, but also you'd think it'd be their weakest batters coming out, 10 and 11. Bjorvika, I think they've gone away and they've looked pretty analytically what they did yesterday, what they did well, what they didn't.
Yeah.
To be honest, it was more of the latter. But they've come out firing and they've got Griffins on the ropes here. 59 for 8 with 11 balls remaining.
Yeah, I mean, it's very important that they continue here, continue to do well. I mean, if they can get this result, if they can get this victory here, the confidence it will give them going into their final match today against Brigade is going to be massive. That isn't going to be an easy game either. They're really playing, they probably think they're playing two toughest matches today. Oh, this one goes right through. Rasul, 2 for 9 so far. Very quiet up there in the Griffins camp as well. Take the single, think about the 2, trying to put the pressure on the fielder. That's good, it's good running. And, the runs are drying up. Well, the boundaries certainly have dried up.
Yeah, I don't think Bishard was expecting to be out there. But anyway, it's a good test. I think you've got to put yourself in a variety of situations. This is the time to do it.
The measurer goes for it, goes big, and he gets a 6. Balle, says Guerreras. Well, let's show them how it's done, kids. Come on, put your hands up in the air. Yeah, that's it. Boom, shaka lagya.
Well, the measurer, I want to measure that. And he gets 1 with the next ball. And now they just happy with the single. So 6 and 1. Just a couple of those might get them up to that 80. Yep, got our final group here of the cricket school kids. And yeah, I've had a really nice morning getting to know some of them. We've even got a slightly bigger kid, Samir, who's in there with us. Doesn't look that out of...
Samir's a shy one.
No, Samir's putting in a lot of hard work. Anyway, here's the last ball of the night.
Beats him. And, well, Bishard can't get bad on the ball. Maybe it's not a bad thing. I don't think he probably would have wanted the single here. That's really well bowled. Again from Rasul. He can't believe he hasn't taken a wicket. So, going into the last over here now. 67 on the board. Wouldn't they love 13 runs here, Vinny?
Yeah. Take a dozen, make a chase of 80. Remember, you're talking about a team that swung and missed at 6 balls in an over yesterday. And so, let's just see how they approach it. And do you think maybe, I would have thought yesterday the same thing though, chasing a slightly smaller target, they know they don't have to go absolutely crazy, but they still found a way to make it tough for themselves against the Croatians, chasing down 78 with 3 balls to go. It's going to be a similar kind of chase, it seems like. But you would say Griffins, they're probably a stronger bowling side than Zagreb Sokol, if you're honest. And now they've got the big man to come back, Usman Arif, to bowl over number 10. His first over only went for 7.
Yeah, Reeve just wants to keep it outside the off here. Doesn't want to stray down the leg. That's what he's looking for. And there's the wicket. Big swing. This takes something through on the way. And Wahid Unjam makes no mistakes. And that's the wicket. Kids, do we know what we do when there's a wicket? There we go.
Yeah. Fortunately for Lemessurier, he knows what to do.
Umpires in the makings here as well.
Yeah, a little inside edge there. Just trying to go across the line, trying to replicate the one from last over. And so Arif, handy to have in your back pocket to come back for the 10th over, isn't he? The big man. Nice catch taken behind the stumps as well by Wahid Anjum. That's 9 wickets down now. They're on their last legs, Rico. 67 for 9.
Yeah, we were saying earlier, are they going to bat all the way through? 5 deliveries to come from the bowling of Usman Arif. Picked up his first wicket off the very first ball of his second. And let's see where we go from here.
Usman Arif. 5 balls left. They can finish it now with 1 more dismissal. This is Adam Wakeford coming out at number 11. So, yeah, now 80, maybe you reassess to just, you have to take your medicine and get a run of ball here if you can. Or do you gamble? Here's Wakeford with the bat.
Nice looking shot. Will be a single. No team in Group B being bowled out yet. They've had 9 wickets down.
Yeah, they've gone close though, haven't they? But yeah, now this is where you've got a bit of a Sophie's choice situation. So Bouchard, does he try and gamble and get a boundary, or is he happy just to take ones from here? I can get that.
Bouchard has been playing and missing a lot. He hasn't made contact. That's the... I think he's got to make his... Okay, I've got to come down and have a go. Got to get back onto ball. Does get back onto ball, and will they come back for two? They think about it. Here comes the throw. He holds on to it, the skipper. Usman Haider deciding it's not worth throwing it away. So, score moves on to 70. The 80 is very unlikely.
Yeah, well, you need some bang-bang action. Now I think just take your chances. I think you're going for it. 2 balls remaining. 70 up on the board.
There he goes for it. It's in the air. Are we going to see the first team? That's all out. Yes, we are. That's the final wicket with the ball to go. So it stays on 70. 71 required for the Norwegian champions, Bjorvika. Well, haven't they come out positively here? I thought it was a surprise when they won the toss and decided to let Griffins have a bat first. I thought we just can't.
The Griffins, they've been good so far, but they're going to have to really work overtime to defend this. But having said that, Bjorvika, they haven't convinced me with their batting as yet. They are a bit suspects the way that you might say the Griffins, apart from a couple of opportunity. Bjorvika, they seem to be chewing up a few balls. Well, here we are in match 3 of day 2, Group B, and let's just say their crash time is over, especially that really annoying little kid that you saw in front there. But I'll tell you what, the story in this one is about the big guns going early and really didn't get a lot of support from Griffins as they became the first team to get bowled out in Group B with 70 on the board. I think it's game on. And again, for Bjorvika, you'd have to say it was much improved bowling and fielding performance, and most importantly, Rico, they held their chances.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Catches win matches, and maybe it's the catching from them that has got them this win. The highest score was from Lut Letizia, and he's been the man who's been in form. 50 to his name and 74. Only scores 12, but nobody else. Well, actually, I take that back. High score was 16 from Adamato, but he was the second highest. And you saw a number of times batters got in, played a big shot, but then threw the wicket away. And Abbas, well, he was too hot to handle. And he picked up a stack load of wicket, a 3-foot for him. And every time they thought they were going to get away, the catches were taken, and this is a good demonstration of those catches being held. And nobody from Griffins could get going. This was a good take by the wicketkeeper Wahid Anjum, and just judged them really well. This was a good one as well, backpedaling. Disappointment there, but well, will that man on the left of your screen, Bouchard, will he be the man that does the damage here in this match? They're going to need somebody to really rip through the top order in the power play. So what we've seen so far has not been so much about the pace bowling. I think yesterday it was very much about the pace bowling. We saw good quick bowlers. I think today it's all been about the spin. We saw that in the last match here where Brigade came back against the Tigers, and it was spin to win for them. And is it been very much the same here? We've said before, myself and Corey, our statistician, was saying that Bjorvika, they're a team that, like all teams, will learn with each game, and it looks like they have. They've applied themselves well. They stuck to their tasks, and you can see there, it just is the fall of wickets. The wickets just kept falling. In fact, there was only just 2 overs there, and one of them, that 5th over, which was the most productive one, where the runs came. So a really, really good performance here from Bjorvika. They are the champions of Norway. Could they pull off what probably would be the first real big upset in this group? So once again, just to recap as we go into the mid-innings break, Griffins batting first, put 70 on the board, all out. The first team to be bowled out with a ball to go. So a great opportunity for Bjorvika to register their second win and make their march and intent in this Group B. And they'll be marching right up towards the top of the table. What a brilliant result this could be for them. But look, Griffins are not just going to lay down and let it happen. They're going to be coming out firing. But join me, Rico Full and Mr. Maximo Vinny Sandhu in about 10 minutes time as we return for what could be a low scoring thriller. Welcome back, and see it on your screens here at the moment, but you can see that Griffins, they're in a bit of a team huddle there as the two batters make their way out to join the umpires. The man in black for this match, Charles Croucher and Shub, and they're in the huddle because, well, they're trying to fire themselves up and G themselves up to see if there's a way back into this match for them. Their batting, it did not go well. In fact, it was a bit of a disaster. The team that had freely posted big runs on the board, 129, and well, they were doing more of that today as well, 133. Well, they are now just put 70 on the board. It's a low score. It's a poor performance, batting performance from them. Bjorvika, the Norwegian champions. Can they come back and register what would probably be the first real surprise in this Group B? This really would be a big scalp. Certainly would set them up for a really good match also against Brigade, who they play in the final match today, match 10. But first, they have to overcome whatever's thrown at them. It's going to be Barty opening the batting, and Wahid Unjum. Bishard is going to be the bowler, and Bishard, he likes a bit of sexy cricket. Well, it certainly wasn't too much of their batting this time. Will it be all about their bowling and fielding? They need things to happen. They need wickets in the power play. Here we go, first ball. And it's played down, and the non-striker pretty keen to come down and sent back. No run. The only way, we say this a number of times, to get back into a match like this is to get that power play. You keep the runs down, and then all of a sudden that rate required goes from 7 to around 11 or 12. Throws himself at this, and, makes a good stop. I think it would have been covered in terms of going to the boundary. He did have some backing up, probably would have been 2, so he saves a run. And the fielder gives me a nod, so yeah, I had it covered. Gordon Martel, man at third man. Tries to play this out on the offside, gets a bit fortunate here. Usually see those sometimes dragged on. Nice to see the Wags there. Brigade enjoying this match as well. I think enjoying the sunshine, ladies, aren't you? Yeah, of course. Bold and trying to get back to the other end. I wonder what the temperatures are like at the moment in Northern Ireland. We're reaching the 20s here at the moment. We're just so spoiled, aren't we? I mean, in February here, and it's like a summer's day in other parts of Europe in comparison. Bishard, can he get the breakthrough? And, tries, good pick up, one-handed, gets a single. So both the runs on the board so far have come courtesy of playing the ball down here to the third man area. For Griffins. And that's one thing that Griffins couldn't do regularly, is find the boundary. Looking to go again, decided not to. That's good attacking fielding. And you often hear coaches saying to the players, right, once you're walking in, attack the ball. Well, Mullen, that's exactly what he does there. He's coming in. And, stops the batters thinking about taking the single. So I said they need a good start. They need to try and get a couple of good overs in this power play. That's exactly what they've done with that one. Just a couple of runs on the board. Need to just keep that up. You can see what I mean, that rate. just starting to creep up. You know where it started at. Again, you see, and it's like a net that has been put out there. And every time the ball goes inside that 30-yard circle, they're having to go back. Look at them come in like a swarm. And then that's the pressure. Because they're not getting the runs, you're then looking to go for the big shot. Hooper. Pressure on now. Hooper coming in, and so does Vinny Sandu. Slower delivery, played this time with soft hands, and that allows the batters to get a single. But again, it's all applause for singles. Singles don't hurt.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, to have any chance, you need to have a really good start when you're defending 70. You don't see too many 70 or less defended, but it has to be one of those times. I think it's in the realm of possibility.
This one is called wide. Just straying slightly. Tough call, but a consistent call.
Yeah,
I'd say that.
Get the blue line. You're dicing with danger with the wide calls, aren't you?
Keeps the pace off, slower. And once again, it's in that area. All the runs come in that offside, in the 30-yard circle. We've got this ring. I won't say it's quite the ring of fire. Quite red colour. Swing. Certainly a sound. I'm not convinced it was back.
Yeah, I wasn't convinced. It's one of those ones that I think there was some sort of a sound. We'll get a good look at it here. This is pretty much what the keeper sees. Seems to be a bit of daylight between bat and ball there. Just cast my eye over the chat. Nice to be back to you. A few people are asking about if entry is free at the ground. More information about that right now. I can tell you it's just off the A7059 between Kartama and Coin. If you are in the area on the Costa del Sol, why don't you come down? Because it is free and we have plenty of spectators in today. Food and drink available. My other question, which I got, I'll come to that in a second. Another swing and a miss. Is there beer on tap? That was Sam's question. Fair question. And I can confirm also, although we don't get into it until the end of the day, this is Victoria Cerveza, one of our partners. They are providing the beer, although there's a small charge for it. Anyway, it's the end of 2 overs and a really good start for Griffins. They've got Bjorvika tied down at the moment, 5 for no loss after 2.
And the rate starts at 7. And this is what I'm talking about. 2 good overs. Just 7 on the board. And that rate now is at 8.5 almost.
If Bjorvika can pull this off, this goes wide open. I mean, that's 4. It really will be the haves and the have-nots, because there'll be 4 teams on 2 wins, the other 2 teams without a win, but those 2 teams down the bottom, they will play each other. The next match, I think that'll be a competitive one, starting in about an hour's time.
Bishard could be the first wicket, and well, the wicket keeper's come a long way, and he takes the catch, does he? No, this is obviously gone down. I mean, he's been blocked by our view by the fielder. Look, I didn't think this is his catch, but he's got the gloves, he fancies it, he's gone. You can see here, he said, no, it's mine, I want it. And I think this might have spilled when he hits the deck, does it?
Yeah.
No, he totally misses it. Well, there you go. We were totally blinded there.
They did the right thing. They left it for him because he did call. That's why it's not always everything the keeper can reach. Because that was it was a lot more difficult for him. I think that counteracted the fact that he had the gloves in the end.
Bishard will be disappointed, but he gets his man. Oh, he's fired up. Isn't he just? And when they were coming out, I said, is Bishard going to be the man on fire? Yes, he is. He comes in and he knocks over the stumps. The stumps have been shattered. The castle has been broken. Or, in my words, here we go, wait for it. Jagannath
assisted, I think. Look at that. What does it hit? Just the back hip, maybe. Went down. Well, I shouldn't have even been on strike. My partner should have been caught last ball. He would have been safely at the other end. But in the end, he's got to go for just 2, but he uses up 9 balls. Bishard gets him 6 for 1. And that's the reward, I think, that comes from keeping it so tight in the first 2.5 overs. Now, Only 6 on the board already. That rates up to about 8.5. So suddenly, it's like you're defending 85 instead of 70, and that's the difference a good start can make.
Yeah, but this is the prize wicket. This is the man who, for Bjorvika, has been in good form. Sufyan Salim. And, he scored 50. Remember, not out in 22 deliveries, and also made 21 saves.
He's been the form batter.
70 odd runs.
If he stays there for any length of time, I think this game's probably going to get away from Griffins. Bishard.
Just out of reach of the keeper. Now, you said one of your favourite cricketers was Vivian Richards.
Absolutely.
And, I'm not saying that Salim bats like him, but he certainly likes to chew the gum, doesn't he?
He's got the strut.
He's got the
Sometimes it's about the strut. So,
Barty. Can he get going?
Barty was lucky last time he faced up.
There's a go. Once again. Ooh, well, this one, I think he may have just got there. Had to accelerate towards when he got past halfway point, when he realised he was in danger.
Sure.
This is close.
I'm not so sure. He would have been out here. Look at this.
Yeah, would have all gone.
It's a bit lazy running from Barty. Jason Martin's pretty happy there was a wicket next ball because it's taken all the focus off him for that one. A rare slip up from the keeper.
Nice shot. And the fielder does well. He says, that's what I'm there for. Hey, look at me now, Will. He's going to give me a look. I know he is. There he goes, you see. A nice smile. And he says, it's never in doubt, Rico. I'm here. It's never in doubt. I got it covered.
It wasn't quite Air Jordan because he was on the ground, but still a good bit of work. Yeah, I'm going to go back to that maybe after this ball about the high catch that Martin called and unfortunately couldn't gather. This last ball, the power play first. Single digits at the moment.
Shot, and that will be the first boundary. Nicely played. A good effort there from the man inside the ring. Wasn't able to get hand onto it, but even still, I mean, all right, that's the first boundary. But still, this is a really, really close contest. The score moves on to 13. And they have got, though, that one wicket, 13 for 1.
Yeah, so it's the first boundary of the innings, and it comes off the last ball of the power play, but still a very tight one. Run rate required just goes up a little bit. Cards were 8 off that over. It goes up now to 8.65. Let's look at those wickets, though. Looks a bit like someone with chickenpox, actually, that first innings. Anyway, what I was going to say is, okay, it's one thing for the keeper to call. Sometimes you want it. I'm glad that Martin wants that. But there's 2 fielders there, and it was straight down their throat. It's a simple catch. Yes, you've got the gloves, but then essentially he's running, it feels like with the flight of the ball. And I think if you asked him again, if that same catch went up, I think he would probably leave it to one of the fielders and back them to get the job done. Anyway, here's Dane Mullen.
Goes full, 2 full. This has been dispatched. That's gone a long way. Balle, balle, balle.
There you go. It is offered low full toss. Right in the wheelhouse for this man who's having a good week, Sufyan Salim. He did not miss out. And you see how quickly the game can change.
Yeah, Mullen needs to get the ball to pitch, and he comes again. I'm surprised they've stuck with pace, to be honest. Here's another. There's going to be 6 more. Manos arriba, Vidro. 6 carreras.
Well, if you want to win this game, Griffins, you're going to have to get around big double S, Sufyan Salim, as he goes whack a little bit short. That was drilled into the gap. 2 sixes in a row.
Manages to dig this one out. It's a wicket keeper. Just Minor getting exciting there. Thought this was going to come through. Now look, this is where I think Griffins have to be smart. I think they've got to attack Barty. I think they've got to get the field in for Barty. Mid-wicket, get him inside the circle. You need wickets. And you need to keep him on strike.
Played all round that one. He's got to find a way to get out the way at the moment, doesn't he, Barty?
Yeah. But I'd have my mid-wicket in.
Martin back in his office, up to the stumps. Just waiting for something to come in.
That's what I'm talking about. And Now, obviously, you push deep. Or would you? Or would you say, well, actually, 2 balls to go. Let's see if he takes a single.
I think this is the last ball now. So I think...
in which case, yeah, you just...
They're fairly normal.
Goes for it. It's 4 more runs. I thought for a moment that was going to be one that the fielder was going to be able to get to. Adam Wakefoot there. But that just skids away past him. A good effort. But he certainly does. He gives it everything, doesn't he?
He couldn't have done any more, to be fair, Adam Wakefoot. He flew at the ball. And he came up with fresh air, and that's the end of the 4th over. The score is 31 for 1. Hello to everyone that's out there, and thanks again for your company today. And if you are in the area, like I said, and we had the robot just chipping in, people asking about food and drinks, and beer and soft drinks. I think it's only about €2, so that's pretty reasonable. Enjoy responsibly. Thanks to our friends at Victoria Cerveza, but also we'll probably get some shots of the crowd in a second, but we've got the M-Wags, some mothers, wives and girlfriends. The M-Wags are over there, and they're really looking forward to Brigade's game later. They're hoping to make it 2 out of 2 today. Brigade, the All-Ireland champions. You got supporters from Bulgaria as well, in fact from Croatia, from pretty much everywhere connected with these teams. As we see a new over start, that is Butty able to get a single here.
Yeah, that Bullen there didn't quite pay off. 18 coming off that over, so it's almost like all the good work done in the power play undone. But they have gone to spin. This is what I was looking forward to. Just gets bad on it, but no run. That's poor cricket. The non-striker's got to be up that end.
Let me tell you something. Not often you can go to a cricket ground like this when you've got a broadcast that's all around the world, and you can get beers for €2. You can come in for free. I just think it's the best value you could possibly imagine.
Shot and work to do for the fielder. Gets the slide in. I like it, this. And well, they might like this as well. This is going upstairs. This is a huge moment. This is big.
I'm calling it from here. I think he's out. It's super quick hands by Martin. Look, here we go. He's not in the picture yet. Oh, I called it, and he's gone. He's just gone. And that is what happens. As we see, he just took it a bit easy there, didn't he, Sufyan Salim? He's ball watching. Okay, there should be 2 there. Well, to be fair, he does go straight away. He's running out of gas about here, and he's just 3 inches short, if that. Look at the half volley pickup, and that's another one created for me by Martin. I know the throw was there, but wow, that is a big moment in this game. Game on. Bjorvika lose a second. A key man goes. Sufyan Salim for 22, and it's 35 for 2.
Yeah, look, that was really good cricket. I love the work also in the outfield. I mean, you saw the fielder slide to make the stop, and I like the way that Measurer, he goes down on the ground like, you know, like when you say down, he's lying down because the throw. So it's a clean throw, and it was a clean throw. Great teamwork, good wicket. That could be match changing.
And what you can say is that for Martin, that's a bounce that you'd say, because it bounces on the AstroTurf, he can pick it up and be fairly confident of how it's going to react. So that's one thing that you'd say is a bit easier when you're keeping on these artificial surfaces. But really, that throws the cat amongst the pigeons. Even though 38 off 33, he felt the game was just getting away. And now, it's right back in the zone of possibility for Griffins.
I'll be happy with this delivery. It's too full. And well, it's the same man, Jordan Martin, who does the fielding.
And again, I don't know if I can really criticise Salim or not. To be fair, he did kind of hoof it out as best as he could. It was just a really good bit of throw, and everything had to be perfect from the keeper to execute that run out.
I think there's a question of, do you chance it? 20 of 8 deliveries.
For one more run.
It's not a big score.
Steals the strike back.
Well, talking about strike, this is big. It's probably the biggest of the day. Watch out, there's a kookaburra coming your way. What a big hit that is. Oh, yeah, that's nice. That's funky. He's certainly giving that some welly.
Well, you're going to need a shovel to dig that one out because that's embedded in the hill. And this is a big hit, Karam Shazad. He says, don't worry about that. I've got this under control. And if they can just get one of those away and over, they're going to cruise here. Adam Martel. Next one's pitched up. Just be 1, and this takes us to the end of 5 overs. Bjorvika, it was an interesting first half in the end. They rebounded in overs 4 and 5. Score now 42 for 2 after 5 overs.
Yeah, I wonder if this is a point where yesterday's hero, yesterday's man at the moment, the captain, let's see it comes on. I think his bowling really suited what they need to do, and it probably took, I can see the numbers on the bat, number 22, so it is going to be, and I think this is a massive moment. He didn't have to bowl in the earlier match, so he'd be pretty fresh.
And the twos are pretty wide in this font, so he's one of the only players that can wear that 22 shirt. Luke Letizia, here he is coming on to bowl over number 6, calling out some off spin.
And he's got it over the fielder, taking him on. He's not shy, and Barty is having a party.
Well, it's been a long wait actually from Barty, but now he's clicked into gear. And Bjorvika, every one of those will just brush away those nerves a little bit.
This time he doesn't give him the length that he wants. Gets dragged out. So look, this is again where they have to attack. Shazad yet to get off the mark. This is going to be the first ball he's going to face. Bring them in, put the pressure on.
Got the runs required under the balls for the first time now. Got to try and find a way to get that back if you're Griffins.
Yeah, see what I mean? That's what you've got to try and avoid. You've got to stop that single. That's what they had to do when the big man Salim was there. Now Shazad, Barty is looking to take control. Gone. Big 6. It's as simple as that. See ball, hit ball, adios, ball.
Now this is absolutely smashed. And Letitia's gone for a couple of big ones. And now you'd say it's a formality. They need something very dramatic now if Griffins are going to avoid their first loss of this series.
Yeah, and big smiles on the face of the batters. Well, this is another. And there he goes. Volley, volley. Put your hands up, umpire, like you just don't care. Seis Carreras Mas. And this is awesome hitting. Well, that is as clean as you get. Lovely shot, nice and straight. Well, I was saying that maybe it was going to be Luke Letizia who's going to be able to get in here and stop the rot, but he hasn't been. They've gone after him, 20. And more to come. And this time it will just a single, and he'll be happy with that. Barty will just keep the strike. What a response this has been from Barty. And moves on to 39 off just 18 deliveries, 63 for 2 at the end of the 6th over.
Yeah, so now you'd have to say that Griffin's had a sniff, but someone's put the fire out. So only a handful needed. Quick hello to Minas Khan in the chat. Smoking gun, nice to see you from Cyprus. Sandorian James Stewart from Estonia as well, and everyone else. Stay tuned. The Robot's very active as well. Nice to see you, Robot. All right, here's Adam Martel.
And it's a Maximo! 6 more. And having fun in the sun are the Norwegian champions. Bjorvika, they're loving their time out there. And well, the upset we were talking about is definitely going to happen here now, and it's going to happen in style. Could this be it? Firmly hit, and that's 4 runs. That is it. Game over. And well, if they were worried about their net run rate, they've certainly accelerated that. Applause all around, and so they should be. Shaba, shaba, bolo, shaba, shaba, because that is a fantastic victory. And that was all done with the bowling and the fielding. They took their catches, they got the wickets when they needed them, and then when it came to the batting, they were brutal. And well, everybody was talking about, well, watch out for Salim, he's going to be the key man. And when we saw that run out, we thought, hello, what's going to happen here? Is this going to be the key moment? Well, no, it was not to be, because the hitting of Barty there was sensational.
It was going to be a tricky little chase, wasn't it, for Bjorvika? This is another tricky one. We saw Martin just going searching with that one, came up with nothing, but then the very next ball, Bishard with the wicket. They needed wickets and they needed to restrict, which they did early, created a couple, they were fired up. And the men from Guernsey, as you can understand, but just see that the official score, I know we had some issues on the screen, but in the end, Karim Shazad, 39 not out of 10. He was the man that was smashing them all over the place. And yeah, he really lit it up in the end. 39 off 10, and he came, and that's over half the runs they needed. He got them in about 10, well, only 10 balls. But apart from that, you just knew that experiences are really important to Bjorvika. They've improved a long way in a short amount of time, and that's cricket, isn't it? It's an equaliser. And well, you've seen Griffins, they were up now. They finish on a bit of a downer. As for Bjorvika, well, I believe anything's possible now. And Griffins looked pretty much untouchable throughout their first couple of performances, but they fall to their first loss. And believe it or not, that means we've got 4 teams now that have won 2 games and lost 1. Yeah, so, well, I mean, people talk about upsets. Some people are saying there are no upsets in this group because it is very, 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 very even. Honestly, it sets up for a really exciting week ahead in Group B.
Well, he said there's no upsets. I'll tell you what, Shazad's going to be upset with me. I've been giving all these runs to Barty. Barty's my new best friend. I'm his favourite commentator. Yeah, sorry about that. Apologies. Just had the scores the wrong way around there. But look, what an innings. He comes out there after Salim gets run out. And as I was saying, we thought, hello, what's going to happen here now? Well, Karim Shazad said, I'll tell you what's going to happen. I'm going to show you what you can do. I'm going to show you how you can get more than 3 runs and over. 39 off just 10 deliveries. That was a fantastic knock. And this match, well, both these teams have lost both their games. One of them will walk away with a win.
Well, it's a case of the haves and the have-nots now. These are the only 2 teams that don't have a win. I think that's going to be important. I mean, the way things are shaping up, maybe they'll meet on Thursday. It's very early to say. They've only played 2 games, but they'll want to have bragging rights. Zagreb Sokol won the toss in that. Dan Lazaridi said he wants to bowl first, which means we'll get to see Indo-Bulgarian out there first. Probably Chris Lakov opening up, and we'll also get to see Jamie Batten, the Bulgarian Express, in the second half of match 9 coming up, which I'll be doing with Corey Ruckers. With the ball, Hooper and Bishard did a good job early, didn't they, to hold, and there was Bishard coming up with that wicket, and there was a nice one out too, but then it just fell off in the middle. You have to almost play perfect cricket to defend 70, and Griffins were promising, but they couldn't get it done, and Bjorvika, that's a win that will give them a lot of confidence.
About 3 overs there. Mullen, Marto, Letizia, 60 runs, and it was a great start. You wouldn't believe that the power play was just 13, and that 13, it was only the last ball of the power play that went for a boundary, so it was a really good power play. They did everything they needed to do, but even though they got the wicket of Salim, they did not think that Shazad was going to come out and blast the ball the way he did. That is an emphatic win, and I'll be interested to see later on in the next match what the tables now look like, because I think the Norwegian champions there, Bjorvika, have done themselves a huge favour. But doesn't it set up a tasty, mouth-watering encounter later when they take on Brigade?
Yeah, certainly looking forward to that one. And we've got pretty much the top 4, which you'd say anything's possible. And so really fighting for top 3 honours as well. Remember, only one of them out of those top 4 you'd imagine would miss out and then have to play a sudden death match on Super Thursday. So, Rico, once again, we've seen a turn up for the books. There's been plenty of those in ECN since we've been involved, and I'm sure we're all looking forward to the next match, as we'll see one team open their account in ECL cricket. It will be Indo-Bulgarian versus Zagreb Sokol. When we return, I'll be back in just over half an hour's time, so a bit of a break, and we'll join you then for more cricket on ECN. Vinny Sander here, Mr. Maximo, along with Rico Full. Corey will rejoin us for the next match 9 around the corner. You're watching the Bet to Ball European Cricket League.
Hello and welcome back to the Costa del Sol, and I'm here with all the wonderful kids as part of the Cricket School project now from the British International School of Marbella, and it's great to have their company. Now kids, are you having a great time today? They sure are, and here's two teams. Well, they're not having as good a time, but maybe one of them will be, because there's some points on offer in this game. It's match 9, Indo-Bulgarian from Bulgaria against Zagreb, Sokol from Croatia. Let's go over to the tournament referee, Rob Kemming, who's with the two captains.
Your call. Thank you. Keeper. Keeper's called. It is keeper. We'll have a bowl, please. Thank you.
So there you go, the news from the coin toss. Keeper Inu was the call, and it fell that way for Zagreb's Sokol skipper Dan Lazaridis, who decides he's going to bowl first, which means they will be chasing, and when they do in the second half, well, they've had their struggles with about so far, Zagreb Sokol today, but they're going to have to deal with the Bulgarian Express, Jamie Batten of Indo-Bulgarian. I think for Sokol, I think they'll be relying a lot on Jared Newton, I think, to contribute with the bat, and also I think they'll get a bit more out of Dan Lazaridis. Anyway, as we get ready for match 9, we're about to go over to the commentary box. I know that Corey Rutgers is there waiting for me, but kids, what do you think? Who's going to win this game? Okay, I've got no idea. I'm going to go. I'll meet you up there shortly. Let's get ready for match 9.
Thank you very much for that energetic intro, Vinny. I'm sort of like the kids. I'm excited for this one, and I'm not too sure who's going to win, but have a look on your screens now. The beautiful cars in the background, the tents, the marquee tents, Grizzly Sports selling some beautiful equipment as well, and the fan zone, well, very busy today, absolutely packed out, and I'm sure they're all excited for this one. Indo-Bulgarian versus Zagreb Sokol. I'm calling it. This is going to a golden ball. I think this is going to be a tight one, and players slowly making their way out to the middle, and look at that, all the support from the side. A very exciting time, and great to have so many kids at the ground enjoying some cricket in Spain. Who would have thought we'd be saying that 10 years ago? So the batsmen also getting some good support there. They go out, and what's exciting about this, both teams haven't got a win, so we are going to have our first win for one of these outside club captains. As we mentioned, if you jump Daniel Lazaridis, we're looking for a few more runs, and well, they're going to need a couple more runs from Rohit Diman, who's Indo-Bulgarian, coming in at number 4 as well. So looking forward to it. Tough game to call, not too sure who's going to get up in this one, so I'm going for the golden ball. Let's have a close finish, fingers crossed. And welcome back all our viewers in India via fan code, everyone around the world, and also on the YouTube chat. Please get your questions in during the game. We know you absolutely love watching all the European cricket that we bring you, and I'm excited to bring you this game with Mr. Maximo Vinny Sandu himself. So almost ready to go here, and Lazaridis choosing to bowl first, obviously feeling a couple of early wickets might be able to get his team some momentum in this competition. I mean, both teams without a win just yet, but get into Super Thursday, 4th, 5th or 6th, you've still got a chance to get to finals Friday. So we're almost underway here. And Jared Newton with his left arm seam, he's ready to go. Deep mid wicket, deep cover. Away we go. Oh, and it's an unbelievable good ball, and he's got a thin inside edge. Well, wasn't too much pace to it, but the thinnest of edges takes it past the leg stump. You can't do anything about that. Have a look here, slide inside edge and straight past the keeper. He got a hand to it, did Sam Houghton, but couldn't stop it going forward. So a boundary to open proceedings. A little bit of misfortune for the bowler there. And, 1 run to mid-on this time, and well played. So a little bit of shape here at the moment. Usually expect that from the left armour. They've got Lazaridis as well, that's probably going to bowl left arm seam. So 4 overs of left arm seam in this innings. Oh, he's done it again. Well, this time it was Mishra to get off the mark. Another inside edge and another single. The old French cut becoming popular. I think Indo-Bulgarian, definitely an astute bowling side, so they'll sort of feel if they can get up to maybe 90, maybe to 100, they'll be able to defend that. Same again, worked into the hole on the leg side, so another single. Steady start. It's good bowling from Newton. He's asking the right questions. I mean, if you're bowling left arm seam, you want to be bringing in onto those stumps, trying to get an early wicket for the team. That's well defended. That's exactly that. Swinging it back in, trying to hit some timber. Good bowling to start this game. Oh, that's a loose ball. It's a low full toss. It's hit hard and a bit of foot fielding. Don't advise that all the time, but it's paid off this time. Just a single. It'll bring an end to the first over. It's 8 for none, and gives me a good chance to bring back Vinny Sandu. Vinny, how are you?
Very well, thanks, Corey. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks. And what are you thinking about this match? Pretty tight to call, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But I'm excited that one of these teams will be able to register their first win in ECL cricket, so that's very exciting. But of course, the other team, they'll be scratching their heads because no one wants to go through winless in the round robin, and there'll be a fair chance of doing that if they drop this game. Both these two teams, or of course we saw with Luxembourg's representative last week, Star CC, anything's possible on Super Thursday. It was a golden moment, wasn't it? But yeah, I think it'll be a really interesting match, and I hope it's a competitive one. I'm sure it will be. Here's change of bowling now, and I think this is Wazal Kamal who's coming on. Doesn't seem to be bowling with his full pace. And, well, Prakash has had enough, and he launches this one. Does it have the distance? It does. Maximal! Now, Mishra takes the chance, and he'll do this on occasion. He goes and fetches it. He chances his arm, but he gets away with it. 6 runs.
Yeah, hit the toe of the bat, really, but just got enough. It's quick bat speed. And he clears the boundary right there. So 6 runs, first 6 of the innings.
Kamal with a comeback. This one ties him up. Oh, this one, I think it's a bit of a nasty blow, I think, for Prakash Mishra. He's sucking in the big ones at the moment. Let's have a look at this on the replay. Oh, out the way. I want to see where this hit him. I think. There we go. Try again. Yeah, I think that hits the elbow. Is that how you saw that one? Just flicks the elbow on the way in?
I think it just, the elbow took the blow, but glad to see he's okay.
Anyway, coming back. Cut away, but well fielded, really well fielded. That's on a muscle. Here's a backward point there. That's going to be important as well, the field. Hey, how good were the kids at the toss? They made a lot of noise, didn't they?
They were a little bit loud, weren't they, Vinny?
A bit loud. Were you a loud child, Corey? Because I feel like you would have been.
Pretty lovely.
Are you still a child, Corey? No. Actually, I knew you were a bit younger. You haven't changed much. Lack of pushes and runs. He moves to 7.
Well, rumour has it I'm the best dressed commentator today. That's the rumour going around on the poll. That's what they're saying on the YouTube chat.
Thank you. Listening to some of those fake polls again. Anyway, how about these players? They're really enjoying their ECL experience, but they desperately want to win. And that's the one Mishra's got to be careful about. He's been out a few times, just hitting across the ball on middle and off, taking a chance, LBW or bowled. So I think that's in his mind here, and he just is a bit more careful and plays it with a straight bat. I know you're not a huge fan of that, but he's a really important player for them, so I think he needs to play the percentages a little bit, preserve his wicket to an extent. Last ball of the second over coming up for Indo-Bulgarian. Gets a bit of length, and this time he's going to get 4. So it pays off that patience, keeping that one out that was attacking the stumps. And the counter-attack comes next ball from Misho, moves into double figures, 2 overs down. It's 20 for no loss.
Yeah. Unusual. And, we have a look at the average scores here. I mean, 80 versus 69. You're expecting a low-scoring affair, and that's why these two teams haven't got a win just yet.
Well, that's what the supercomputer has spat out here, 80 to 69. So favouring Indo-Bulgarian. The one factor everyone's looking forward to second half of this match is watching the bowling of Jamie Batten. He's been, a lot of people say, the quickest bowler we've seen this week. I know you haven't seen him from up here, but I think you'll enjoy it. And Newton comes on. He's in full. And well, this is going to up at the boundary. Could be 4-leg bias. It's a bit of bad luck for the bowler. In the end, Well, they're a bit like orphans, leg byes. They don't belong to anybody, but they do belong to the batting team. 4 runs.
Yeah, that's definitely missing legs, so good decision from the umpire, but a bit of hard luck as well. Runs away for leg byes and 4 runs.
So, got to say hello to the kids. Well, there you go. I know. Our last batch here. We're having a few catching games as well, weren't we? And luckily no cars were harmed in it. As we go back, it's a good ball from Newton, who straightens this one down the line. They're thinking of 2. Now, the other thing, Corey, is Lakoff, and you'll like this. He's a really good runner between the wickets. He's lightning fast. He does the little things right. He's always looking to push for 2. And that time it wasn't quite there. Oh, well, this one, it's an interesting one, actually. I'll just get one, because I thought for a second it might have hit the pad first before maybe getting a bit of bat. Let's have a look at it. It certainly was pretty adjacent. I think just the inside edge came first.
Well, the inside edge saved him there, so that would have been absolutely plumb.
Yeah, that's what he's got to worry about, though. What I like about Newton, he does pitch a lot of balls on the stumps, so hit the stumps. Just get that natural shape back in. There's another one. And Lakoff's pushing the 2 again. He won't get it, but at least he's looking for it, and I like that urgency. He's a busy player. Played first grade cricket against Pierce Fletcher, actually, back in Auckland.
Has
back in
he
the day.
really?
Yeah, he has.
It's come out of nowhere.
Yeah, I know all these little things.
Well, because he shapes it in so much, this is one of those few moments you could have an extra one on the leg side.
Could be. So I wonder if Chris Lakoff remembers playing cricket against Pierce Fletcher all those years ago. Anyway, right now Newton, okay, he hasn't got a wicket, but what he has done is kept this pair fairly quiet. Sam Houghton behind the stumps as well. Mark Davies not able to break his way back into the side.
He'll come back, Mark, trust me.
He'll be back. Last ball of the power play.
Get there!
Hit that cleanly by Mishra, but he does get a single. And that's the end of 3 Indo-Bulgarian. At 28 for no loss.
Yeah, good attacking fielding there by David Skinner, getting the old teapot down, make sure it doesn't go through. But 28 off the power play. I guess you'd be pretty happy if you're the Indo-Bulgarian side. You've got 10 wickets in hand to really throw your hands at this. And I mean, both teams looking for their first victory. You're not going to get a better chance than going up against a team that hasn't got a win either. I mean, this is perfect conditions now for cricket.
Yeah, it certainly is. Beautiful day. It was freezing this morning, wasn't it? But now it's 20 degrees. Sun's out. Got the fans over there. They're just basking in it. And I hope they got a bit of sunscreen over there. Particularly the M-WAGs, the mothers, wives and girlfriends.
I hope the Irish...
I hope you got your sunscreen on, you guys, because it could come back to get you. But yeah, this will be an interesting game. And Tommy Esperant, well, he's hedging his bets. He says he thinks the blue team's going to win this game. So
yeah, good call.
Doesn't mind a big call, Tommy.
Yeah, don't mind that. No sitting on the fence there.
So now we're going to get over number 3 coming up.
Yeah, Suresh Shanmugan.
Yep.
I like what he does with it, Vinny.
Yeah, he's come into the side after seeing the first game out. Full attacking the stumps and get past the bowler. And I suppose what you'd say, Mishra is normally the kind of bigger hitter. These guys regularly open the batting for Indo-Bulgarian in their domestic competition. I think Mishra strikes at about just over 200, Lakoff just over 150. They work well together, but I guess it's a bit different when you have the bowling up a notch as you'd expect in an ECL compared to the domestic level. Lakoff gets this one past bowler for 1. How do you deal with that? Corey, you played lots of levels of cricket. If you're going up a notch, do you change what you're doing, or do you have the same plan? I mean, some players seem to be able to step up to another level. Others find it more difficult.
I think for the good players, it usually heightens your skills because you're coming up against bowlers that come onto the bat, if not a little bit better. And playing live around the world, it gets the ticker going a bit. And most players, I think, actually improve at a higher level.
Yeah. Oh, he's got after this, and he's got plenty of it. Oh, Maximo to Mishra. And that was out of this world. The sports world sign was in danger. That's a remarkable shot over the offside for 6.
Yeah, the old slap over extra cut for 6. Good shot. I mean, if it hits the sign, does he win anything? Because that was right next to it.
Yeah, I think you have to mow the lawn.
That's not much of it.
If you hit the sign. I was talking about the cars on the other side. If you hit one of those, I won't be surprised. I think you have to pay for it. Shanmugan, the comeback. Oh, he gets a bit lucky, gets past Houghton. almost gets past the fielder up at Shukla as well, but it'll just be one.
Tell you what, they've been good at the old inside edge this innings. Bit of luck going their way, but it is a good bit of fielding.
Mark Davies probably looking at that one going, well, how come there was no one behind me when I missed that one yesterday? Because they're almost identical. Sam Houghton behind the stumps in this one for Zagreb Sokol. Nice looking shot, yes, 4 more. Cuatro grandes más. Timing sigi, placement sigi. That's a really classical copybook shot. And this will give the batters a lot of confidence. Chris Lakoff lacing that one through the covers.
Yeah, just erring on the full side, but you still got to put it away. That shot of the innings for me, I think that's even better than the shot over extra cover for 6. That was glorious timing.
He cracked one of those yesterday, and he couldn't hit a ball apart from that in his innings, Chris Lakoff. Let's see how he goes here. Last ball to 4th. Just wants to score. Shai comes in, but they do get the single. Pretty good stuff into Bulgarian, all things considered. No wickets down yet after 4 overs. It is 42 for no loss. And a very, very warm welcome to you once again, no matter where you're watching from around the world. We have a lot of fans of the Bulgarian Express who have come in, and we're trying to chase him down. Everyone wants to interview with the Bulgarian Express, so we'll get there. His manager's holding him very tight right now. He's focused. But anyway, Corey, it's great to have you in the box, and how's your day been so far?
Yeah, it's been okay. I'm looking forward to watching him bowl, actually. I haven't been up here to see it, but there's nothing better than a fast bowler. Everyone sort of gravitates to that, and they always want to see someone quick.
Yeah, plenty of carry on this pitch as well. That's what I've noticed as well, as you'd expect. Doesn't have the wind whistling behind him like we had yesterday. Yesterday he really was assisted by that breeze. Today, not too much wind around. I think it's probably a fairer contest today between bat and ball, because he can hit down the ground with some confidence, knowing you're not hitting it into a gale.
So Orna Musum comes into the attack. Now, is he the young man from Croatia that bowled with both arms?
Yeah, I think he
can bowl ambidextrous. I'm pretty sure he can.
Yeah, well, they have a couple of freakish players in their team that can do things like that. So Musum will be bowling with left hand here, I think. Makes sense, the right hander. Turn the ball away. Back of on strike. Now this is going to be 4. Tell you what, that one was watched by that gentleman on the hill. I wonder who he is, but the result, it goes to the boundary. Lakoff pitches the strike, and now he pitches 4. It just goes with the natural angle of the bowler in and increases the score. Very good start this now for Indo-Bulgarian.
Yeah, they need to get this wicket now. I mean, if this opening partnership keeps ballooning out, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. Now
Lakoff, this is what I like about him. He's always looking to score, and then if he can hit a 4, he will, but he's not afraid to bail out and make sure he gets one. He doesn't swing and miss at too many balls at all. Just want to say hello to everyone in the chat once again, and a couple of people mentioning Bakhtiar Tahiri, not in the squad for Indo-Bulgarian, so he's one that they miss a little bit, I think. He was player of the series in ECS in 2020 in Bulgaria. Okay, what's Mishra's approach here? He wants him, and he goes with the angle, and he gets the distance. Maximal! Now Prakash Mishra, very experienced campaigner. This is a nice shot, and it brings up the 50 partnership, which comes up off 27 balls. Nice shot by the captain.
Yeah, it is a nice shot. He drags short. It's just a little bit too slow. It's giving the batsman enough time to adjust, and Orna Musum just needs to get a bit quicker throughout the wicket, and unfortunately for him, that's gone the journey. Changing his angle now.
Once more. So this is a clever shot, because the difference here, pitches outside leg stump, so I think Mishra's not an LBW candidate then. But he has been guilty of missing some of those straight ones, shuffling too far across, but this angle allows him to do that with some semblance of safety. It brings Chris Lakoff back on strike. A lot of people call him the conductor, because he seems to follow the train. As we see 4 more. This is a poor delivery from Musum. He'll be disappointed with this one. As it pitches outside leg stump, it stays there. But rockets off the fence. Another boundary to Indo-Bulgarian.
Yeah, that is an absolute long hop. There's no other way to describe that delivery. I think even my grandmother would like to have faced up to that one, but you still got to put it away. 4 runs. And, well, this is really starting to get into trouble for Zagreb Sokol.
It's a good comeback. Decent comeback. Just be 1 knocked down the ground. 5 overs down now. Score will be 59 for no loss. Got Kazi in the chat asking, where is that Bale guy? It's Rico. He's having a bit of lunch. Sorry, can't remember his name. That's okay. I forget it too sometimes. Rico doing a great job for us. He did the first 3 straight, and then he's taken this game off to kind of mill around the fan zone. I'm sure he'll be back with me for the last game of the day. Joined by Corey Ruckers in the commentary box for this one, and yeah, very healthy opening partnership. Look, I do like the fact there's no extras, they've given no bonuses, but probably the bonuses have been in the form of loose deliveries so far in the first half of this innings.
Well, one thing that I noticed they do, Lazaridis, who's the captain and obviously one of their prominent bowlers, has bowled himself late in every game, and I sort of feel like they need to take early wickets, so maybe he could have brought himself on a little bit earlier. And try and use the new ball a little bit, because he comes on late and the damage is already done.
Yeah, that's a good point. Now going back to Shanmugam.
Good name.
I also think I'm a fan of bowling somebody 1 over before he bowls someone a second. So Shanmugam here, sure you're planning to bowl him 2, but you know, sometimes if you leave bowlers too late, sometimes they don't even get a chance to bowl their second if they only bowl.
Seen that a lot this week. A lot of people are bowling in clumps, in 2s.
Yeah, you
not as spread out as Group A. Group A, everyone was bowling 1 over spells.
Yeah. On the charge, doesn't really time it, you get 1. Yeah, but sometimes, you know, you hold people back and they might just bowl the 9th and they bowl a really good one and you can't get another over out of them. So there's a lot to think about in a very compressed amount of time, though, isn't it, for captains in this format?
Yeah, it is thinking on your feet, and how can you think quick enough to try and change the tide. And well, if they don't change it up soon, they're going to be chasing quite a lot, it feels. I'm not sure about this coming around the wicket as well. Sort of makes me think that the batsman's wheelhouse just gets a bit bigger.
Yeah, big gap just in front of square as well. Lakov hits it, it's more mid-wicket. That's 2. I think this is one Lakov makes, but Mishra acutely aware he's not that quick. And okay, you're a pretty fast runner between the wickets back in the day.
Yep.
How do you deal with, you know, someone that's not quite as quick as you? I mean, do you push them, or do you have to kind of rein yourself in? Because we have seen run out sometimes when people are kind of mismatched for pace. I'll give you a chance to think about that. Let's see, another one of those inside edges. Houghton picks up. Do you get a single?
Well, I mean, you said these two open together back home as well. You'd hope they'd have a good understanding, but obviously sometimes you're running between the wickets with people might have a little bit of a gut or a a little bit slower just through natural courses. So, yeah, you've got to read the play there as well.
Technical term. Corey Ruckers, MD. Good angle. That's where it does work that time. Yeah, so I just want to say hello to Tarek as well. He's asking us if Corey improved his catching.
Yep.
The short answer is no. In fact, couldn't even. The only ball you got close to actually was that giant ball that you knocked over.
Caught that
on Friday afternoon. I think the ball caught you. I like the comeback from Silva. I'll read it out in a second. Ties up the batter. 6 overs down now. Shanmugam turns out to be a good call to bring him back. He ends up conceding 18 off his spell. Score 63 for no loss after 6. Well, Tarek's asked, has Corey improved his catching? And Selva Kumar Murugasamy has said, is the earth square? So,
well played. Well, it's flat, isn't it? But now let's have a look at the bowling scorecards quickly. And, well, Jared Newton, he'll be happy with his spell. Shanmugam, not too bad either, but they haven't used the 5th bowler yet.
Yeah, they haven't. So they're going to have to. And I don't know who it'll be. They've got a few options. Mohamed Shaikat will be one.
Yeah, he's quite good.
Lazaridis himself. Yeah, I think it's Lazaridis. He's been bowling his left arm seam up. We also saw him bowling spin. I think that might be a better option.
Yep.
I think on the evidence of what we've seen so far, he does bowl both pretty well. There's Mark Davies.
Yeah, there he is, the young man. But yeah, this pitch gets so much bounce. It makes the spinners more effective. And I was live on air watching Brigade earlier today, and I was really impressed with their right arm tweakers. Yeah. They were getting so much bounce. It might be an option for the captain Lazaridis to be bowling his off spinners today. It's like a little bit of a...
Yeah, I think the conversation is, how do you get your hair to stay that way?
Honestly,
I think
that is a lot
about.
of hairspray.
It's a proper beehive he's got up there, isn't it? But, I know you like that one. Here is Mohamed Shaikat. And starts with the ball that's well down the leg side for a wide. That's good comeback from Shanmugam though. As Luke rightly points out in the chat, only 4 off that over. We haven't had a boundary now in 7 deliveries. And so, despite losing 0 wickets, I wouldn't say they've battered them out of the game as yet, the Bulgarian. Oh. This definitely is not off the middle of the bat. Let's see, because he took one earlier. He's going to leg by. I think this might have got him on the arm. didn't have a great view of it. Let's have a look from side on. That's his shoulder or the kind of back. It's a nasty one. Prakash shakes it off. He's a pretty tough unit. Won't get the credit for the run there. With Chris Lakoff back on strike. Elevates, and he's going to get away with it. I suppose this is the thing with Lakoff. He's more of a longer form player. He'll be the first to admit that. He feels his role is to keep the score ticking. He's done it pretty well. He has striking at about 150. But you feel you're just not sure he can go up a gear in the last 3 or 4 overs. So it's just a matter of how strategically they work that at the moment. He's going to get runs here, and that one's going to be 4. It's 1 bounce, and this is a bouncer. And, well, it's been given 6. We'll have a look at this on the replay. I was kind of obscured. My feeling was it was 4. Get a look at where this bounces. Yeah, see, that to me, it's bounced inside because I saw the puff of dust. And see, 4, the umpire's calling it 4 as well. Yeah, so now it is corrected to 4. So that's good work from everyone involved. But, yeah, sometimes you can just see the kind of impact crater. And I think I saw Mishra struggled a little bit with the short stuff before, but this time he's kind of waiting for it. And the key to this, he gets inside the ball, doesn't he? And what I mean by that is he kind of goes to the left. If you're watching him from the bowler's angle, it just makes it easier to execute that hook shot. 70 up on the board now. Tough to reach, but not called wide. Maybe just backing away a bit there.
Yeah, he backed away and he just snuck it inside the tram line. So good bowling from Shakat. How can they get this first wicket? You can see they're just keeping it inside. I mean, you can still hear them. The energy's up. Just got to try and find a wicket.
This is out. This one is called a wide. A few people saying they're wanting some acceleration. And this is what I mean. It's hard to believe. I think it's a good call. What do you think?
Yeah,
good call. As it went past the crease.
Surprised by the amount of swinging he's getting in the 7th over, to be fair. That's going late as well.
Yeah. It still is a fairly new ball. That's the thing. And this one, maybe an attempted in-swinger, just loses it.
Yeah, well, he's trying to bowl a few outies, few innies, old beehive, but can't control it at the moment.
Mohamed Sharkat is the man that ball bounced off. You'll remember it really well back in Bulgaria when the carnival, as you called it.
In Croatia?
Yeah, in Croatia. Yeah, pardon me. Bounced him onto the stumps. This is hit, and it's hit pretty well. Well, watch out in the cheap seats. This one is out of here. Maximal! This moves into the 40s. And that's a nice strike from him. And this is what their career strike rates are now. He's up at the 200 mark, back of about the 150, but they're combining for a very, very strong opening partnership here in match number 9.
Yeah, Shakat's taken the pace off the ball, but he's landed it right in the slot. There's a half volley. Mishra puts it away. He's flying now, 42 off 22, Vinny. I mean, with 3 overs to go after this and 10 wickets in hand, you expect some carnage, don't you?
I think so. Current rate, taking the 115. I think they'd be eyeing off a few more than that. Prakash gets carried away with the last one. 7 overs down now. The score is 78 for no loss. And well, just a reminder, you can follow us on social media at European Cricket on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you are watching on YouTube today. There you go, no. Corey, I knew you wanted it. It was school photo day. You can follow me at Mr. Maximo. And thanks for all the nice messages they get every day. All the messages, really. Constructive and otherwise. And
how many O's you got there?
See Rutgers _28 on Instagram and on Twitter and Facebook, Corey Rutgers. Yeah, I've got 5 O's. It's not 6 because the 6th O belongs to cricket. That's what I have to say. My Mr. Maximo. So it's wonderful to have you on board, Corey, for the first part of this tournament. And don't forget, down the bottom, you've got the European Cricket social media as well. There's plenty of snippets, plenty of highlights there in a week, as you can imagine. And now we're going to head into over number 8.
So that means Lazaridis isn't going to bowl 2.
Yeah, well, that's
interesting. See, this is a game they should have been targeting to win. This is your first chance.
Maybe they feel he's not their best 5 bowlers at the moment.
Oh, he definitely is.
It's touch and go, called a wide. So maybe knew that you were commentating, and I know you jinxed him pretty good yesterday.
Yeah, had a bit of a jinx. Yeah, poor man. That just sneaks outside the tram line. How can Zagreb Sokol get back in?
Squeeze on. Possible to keep them into the kind of 100 110 zone. That's chaseable with some of the batting options that they've got. and lack of. See, I think at the moment, because it's debatable whether he has another gear, I think you're actually quite happy for Lakov to knock ones at the moment. You know what I mean? Ones don't hurt you that much. It's Mishra. Mishra could go big, or he could get out straight away now because he's trying to lift the rate. This is Hamadullah bowling his first over. He's a death bowling specialist. So Prakash goes after him and he gets him good. Oh, that's long, that's strong. Maximo takes Mishra to 48.
Well, that's one of the biggest hits we've seen in Group B this week. He got every piece of that. He comes down the wicket, a little bit of a shimmy, turns it into a half volley. Well, if you're a death bowling specialist, you can't be landing the ball there. That's a big, big six. Mishra, he's staring at a 50, and more importantly though, Indo-Bulgarian, they're staring at a more than competitive total. I think they're a better bowling side, so they'll be absolutely rapt to be on 86 for none.
And the thing with Mishra's innings, he's kept the danger balls out. He hasn't gone after a lot of those ones. They have been knocking him over. He's been happy to keep him out. Now he gets one a bit short. Just gets him on a med. Sometimes those ones... Oh no, probably get a second here.
That's his 50.
Yeah, it's really good running by Lakov, who created that as well. He was eyeing it off. So the overthrow does bring up 50 for Prakash Mishra. But look, only 25 balls, and you can hear his teammates. They are thrilled about that. There's a lot for Bulgarian cricket. 5 big Maximos and 2 4s in his 50, striking at 200. What a good innings.
Yeah, good innings, a good match awareness there. The ball was rolled in and no one was there, so gets him to 50. That was the 400th six of the ECL as well.
There you go. Back to you, Luke Belgium.
No, that was me.
And now he goes again, and this one will be 6 more. Boom! Shaka! Mishra heating up, and the question was, could he keep it going into the last quarter? Well, now they are really turning up the heat, and I'll trace that back to that overthrow as well, which spotted by Lakov, and then next one, bang! Mishra up to 56.
Just match awareness, Vinny. That overthrow gets the main man back on strike, and he hits 6 number 401 for the tournament. Good batting.
It's real good team batting. Now he goes over the offside. He's found the gap, and he's going to get 4 more. Cuatro carreras más. And Indo-Bulgarian, this is a big over now. Goes magical. 20 off the ball, 20 off the over, with 1 more to come from Ulla.
Yeah, really good batting. Another half volley though. I reckon that's the 3rd in the over, and you've still got to put it away. It's good batsmanship, these two. Well, they've got a good understanding together, and they're turning it on now. We're looking at a potentially 100-run partnership.
Good crowd in today.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Mums, wives, girlfriends and teddy bears. They're all in. Last ball of the over. Once more. Listen to a gap. I might think they just decide one. That's very strategic from Lakov, who says, look, you've got the hot hand, so I want you to be on strike. He knows it's last ball of the over, so 8 overs down. That one cost 21 off Ahmadullah. The score is 99 for no loss.
Yeah, good awareness there, I reckon. Just to sit back and take them on, give Mishra another opportunity to go big, because if he hits another 20-run run over, he might bat them out the game here.
Well, we see Lazaridis then. We see a 6 bowler maybe come in to bowl, because that didn't really go the way that he wanted.
You'd think he'd have to. I mean, he might not have had the tournament he wants, but I still think Lazaridis is in their top 3 bowlers, let alone 5.
There's only one way to get back into it. Like I say, I think his left arm spin could be a good option against this team, or even some of the more highly ranked teams. 9th overtime, and this is Wazal Kamal bowling his second. First one up for 12. Now they are going to go for. They're going to go for 2, and now will they get a 3rd? Well, this is where they probably would have got it, but it does seem strategically that they do want Mishra on strike. Plus he dropped his bat there.
Well, it's horrific fielding by the man at long on. He was jogging around to the ball, and who was really switched on there was Lakov. It would have been run out in the end. Yeah. But he's turned and go, because he doesn't mind if he's run out at the bowler's end. It's poor match awareness, and once again Mishra's back on strike, and that's sacrilege, that.
Well, was the throw intending to go to the keeper's end, or?
I don't know anymore.
Not actually sure. 100 partnership up. And this one almost takes out Lakov, and this one's going to be 4 more. Well, power and placement now. Again, he steals the strike back, and he cashes in as this partnership has climbed past 100, and they still have 10 more balls to party. Indo-Bulgarian.
Yeah, really good batting, Vinny. Just hitting the pockets in the field. Another boundary to him. And what's the highest score we've had in Group B? What did Leticia hit?
Yeah.
So I reckon it's under 3. He's on 67 now.
Oh, highest individual, yeah. Now he's gone. And so Wazla Kamal does see the back of Mishra, but not before he scored 67 runs. And, well, you see the batters coming together there and just giving themselves a fist bump. He's probably saying to Chris, yeah, appreciate it. I think Chris Lakov had a lot to do with Prakash Mishra controlling the strike in the last couple of overs and really cashing in, turning up the dial, but he's got to go. 67 off 30, and the first wicket falls at 105.
Yeah, brilliant opening partnership. Doesn't get that one, and well, credit to the bowler. You miss, I hit, but a sensational opening partnership, and more importantly for Mishra, he's got his team into a really strong position. He goes 67 off 31, 4 4, 6 sixes, and striking at 216.
Yeah, and what I will say about Mishra's innings, it's hard to score runs if you're not there, and he's missed some danger balls for him, which I think middle and off, he's just trying to get a bit too creative yesterday. Today, he wasn't afraid to keep 1 or 2 out, knowing that he could cash in, and look what it means to his teammates. They're thrilled for it, their captain. He set them up for quite a big score in this match, match 9. Crucial match for these two teams, both without a win, as Chris Webster comes to the crease at number 3 with an over and a half remaining.
Nicky Webster?
Not Nicky Webster. No, non-Australian viewers might not know Nicky Webster. He's the star of the 2000 Sydney Olympics opening ceremony.
Well done, Vinny.
It's Kamal to Webster. Doesn't have too much time to stick around, so he doesn't. He launches this one high into the sky. Well, that's one for his teammates, and they caught it. Who's that down there? That might be Shafkat Khan without the gloves. That's talk about gifts. It was Valentine's Day yesterday, and he presents him a brand new kookaburra. This was taken off middle stump, and this went a long way.
Yeah, and the old juggle in the crowd. Well done, boys.
It could be 6 and out. This one really should be caught, and it is caught. So nice stuff by Muslim, who comes around from short third man. And even though the high 10 skills aren't quite there, it's a long way up to get Lazaridis. But Webster, he'll have a highlight, but he gets out the next ball. The score's 1-1-1 for 2.
Well, you're in a bit of a hiding to nothing if you're coming out with only a few balls left, but he sort of does his job in a funny way. 6 off 1 and then out the next ball. But, I mean, it's pretty difficult to get every ball out the middle when you first come to the crease.
I mean, you'd probably take that. If every batter does that from here, they'll probably tack another 20 runs or so onto the target. So Webster, he'll appreciate that he was able to knock one out of the park, and he falls for just that 6. And so I have to say it's been really unselfish from Chris Lakov as well in the last couple of overs, where he's just running hard, trying to get the big hitters on strike. So I suppose that is the benefit of still having him there at this stage. We can certainly pin their ears back now, as this looks like it's Jamie Batten, the Bulgarian Express. Well, he better pull out of the station quickly here, because there's only 7 balls remaining.
Where's Jamie from?
He's originally from the UK.
Yep.
Yeah.
So has he played Prem cricket if he's bowling that quick?
Yeah. Got a bit more of his history. We've got an exclusive interview to come, so I won't give too much away right now. Let's take the one here. They will keep the strike.
No.
They may take a second. Don't mind that. Well, they might get more here. There's 2. Any advances? I'll just stick with 2. Corey has got that look that the coach has when it's going wrong. Anyway, after 9 overs, the score is 113 for 2.
Well, I just think through intelligent cricket that Indo-Bulgarian's been given 20 extra runs here, and a lot of credit goes to Lakov and his smart running, and it's happened again there. An extra run, no need to throw it. And it's going to come and cost Zagreb, Sokol, because this score's already at 113. Probably shouldn't be that high, but 1 over to go. I mean, 12 off this, 125.
Yeah.
I know what side I'd want to be on.
Of course, runs on the board. They hold up more often than they don't. So it's 120 plus scores, especially when you think about, I don't want to get too fixated on the Bulgarian Express, but you know, he delivered 2 maidens yesterday, so then you're trying to chase it off 8.
Did he really?
Yeah. I know you've been watching.
Where was I?
That time. 12 dots. That's in the air, into a gap. They'll run hard here. They'll get at least 2. They'll hustle back for a double. Yeah, yesterday. I know you're feigning like you weren't watching, but I know that you would know that he was the first player to take none for none off 2 overs. We have seen 0 off 2 overs before, but normally there's been wickets. It was player of the match, which means he gets a YouTube video with all his highlights, and literally his highlights would be all dot balls to Zishan Khan Kukagel, who missed all 12 of them. And I've got a funny story about that from Zishan. Oh, this one could be out, and it is. And so, well, he's going to hold the pose, Mohammed Sharkat. Now that one might have set the beehive scattering because it came back. He was able to hold it. It's going to be the end of Lakov, who I think he's just going to say, well done on a good catch. So a nice moment of sportsmanship as well, but it ends a very intelligent innings from the Bulgarian-born player that grew up in New Zealand. Lakov goes for 31, and it's 115 for 2.
Well, I tell you what, the amount of hairspray he's probably got in his hand, that ball just stuck, didn't it? That is.
You think so?
Yeah. I'd like to see what's in his hand because that's a fair catch off your own bowling.
115 for 3, I should say now, after Lakov departs. But, yeah, it's a good innings from Chris. He'll have a job to do with the ball as well. Only 31 to his name, but yeah, I think created a lot of runs for his teammates in that innings as well. I think he'll be very happy. He's had a good tournament so far. New batter comes out. This is Rohit Demand. He's got 2 Goldens in a row.
Oh,
so
no. He's on a keg.
He's on a triple king pair.
No, we call that a keg.
He goes close as well.
Yeah, back home, if you get 3 Goldens in a row...
It's a keg, is it?
It's a keg.
Sounds expensive. So, you see this one from Demand, just swings and misses. Geez, he'd love to feel bad on ball. Well, he did get an edge on one yesterday. There you go. It's up, it's high, it's going, it's gone! Maximo! Well, you're lucky to change the instant. Demand swung and missed in the first one, but he hits the first one out of the ground, and that takes Indo-Bulgarian past 120.
Yeah, more runs. It's a half volley. You still got to put it away. Good shot, and that'll give him a bit of comfort after a couple of ducks yesterday.
2 to come. And this time, swings and a miss. Oh well, in baseball, you're batting 3-3-3. It's not a bad average.
Yeah, that's true. Don't think he could swing any harder than that.
Ahmed Nabi would tell you that's a mild swing from Drew last week. So, Batten coming in. He only faces the 1 ball in the end, looks like. Sharkat, not the worst performer. He's gone for 22. Last ball. Get 1. They're going to go for 2. Keeper wants it. It won't prevent the double. And so, at the end of 10 overs, Indo-Bulgarian, very healthy score on the board. Finished with 123 for 3. Demand contributes 8 to the cause at the end. Got a bit of this, and again, running hard all the way. Zagreb Sokol, look, you know, they didn't perform with the bat this morning. I suppose, yes, they're going to have to deal with Batten. That's one threat. But also you'd say they've got a couple of players like Newton, like Lazaridis. They can put a partnership together a bit like Indo-Bulgarian did. That's what they'll need to do. And then they will have a chance to chase down these runs, but certainly not going to be easy.
No, it's not going to be easy. They're going to be heavily reliant on the opening batsmen, as were Indo-Bulgarian. But what was really impressive from the Bulgarian side, they ran really well between the wickets. They worked in pairs, and I think they are going to be the happier of the 2 sides. Vinny?
Isn't it nice to see the fan zone filling up? I thought so as well, as the sun has come out. As we are into the 20s, and Zagreb Sokol, well, they know they're chasing a few again, but certainly if they bat well enough, they will have a chance to knock these over. As we look at the highlights, and well, umpire Sully, he was ready to go. A bit of shake and bake style, and well, a couple of hairy moments early for the Bulgarians. A chance there up, got away with a couple early, but it was a 100-plus partnership from the openers that set up this very healthy score of 123 off their 10 overs.
Yeah, not every day you see an opening partnership of 100-plus, but that's what you saw today, and there was a little bit of luck early. I mean, half chances with some inside edges and some leg byes that trickled away, and there was no disregard for the game with Zagreb. We're giving it everything in the field, but unfortunately for them, the ball just kept eluding them, and then this is when Mishra really got in the middle. That was Lakov playing a lovely cover drive, but yeah, Mishra, he batted beautifully throughout those middle overs. He just had a happy knack of finding a boundary at the right time, and well, credit to him because he ended up going on with it and making a substantial score. His favourite zone, definitely mid-wicket. He hit some lofty sixes, I think the biggest I've seen in Group B so far, and in the process brought up the 400th 6 during the ECL this week. And that was a nice shot over wide, extra cover for 4. And this partnership just kept ballooning out. Late in the innings, we saw some really good running between the two to help Mishra stay on strike, and until he was dismissed. And a couple of consolation wickets right at the very end of the innings for the bowlers, just to help Zagreb Sokol maybe take a bit of edge off. And this was a nice little crowd catch. The old juggle between the two, but plenty of smiles in that Indo-Bulgarian tent. And yeah, like I said, a couple of consolation wickets right at the very end for Zagreb Sokol, but you sort of feel like the damage was done, especially in those middle overs. And well, the happier of the two sides, I think, is Indo-Bulgarian, because they're a very good bowling unit. But let's have a quick look at the scorecard, shall we? And having a look here, well, that opening pair, as we mentioned, but that man, Prakash Mishra, the captain, responsibilities on him, 67 of 31. He'll be really, really happy. And Histro Lokov, 31 of 22, good support. And, well, even Chris Webster came out, only 2 balls, but he made 6, so he made his first ball count. So a good score in the end, 123 for 3. We look at the bowling, and well, the man at the top, Jared Newton, with those left arm in swingers, was really impressive. And Suresh Shanmugam, he'll be pretty happy as well. Only 18 off his 2, but everybody else got a little bit of tap, and they're not going to be too happy with those figures. Only Wuzzle come out, might be happy that he got 2 wickets in the end. Have a look at the power play and the skyscrapers. Well, you can see a couple of big overs there, but the problem was no wickets in those first 7 overs, and when you don't lose wickets, it gives you plenty chance to explode throughout the innings. But that's the score at the halfway stage, 123 for 3. Please join us back in 10 minutes for the all-exciting run chase. Thank you. Hello and welcome back here today. We're in Kardama and it's game 4 time. Well, we're at the halfway stage of game 4. Indo-Bulgarian, well, they made 123 for 3 after being asked to bat first. So they'll be feeling more confident than Zagreb Sokol, I think, at the moment, because they have a tall order to chase down these runs. I want to welcome back all our viewers around the world, especially those in India via Fancode, and everyone on YouTube and the YouTube chat. I hope you're all enjoying the live coverage of Group B. And, well, one thing that we will have is that one of these teams will walk off with their first win in the competition, and that is always a nice moment for those players involved. So who will come out the winners for the first time? And really excited to see this man come into bowl. I've heard a lot about him. And Jamie Batten, the Bulgarian Express, they say, 2 maidens yesterday. I actually missed that game. I was already on the bus back home, but I'm excited to see. I've not seen him from the commentary box yet, so maybe I'm in store for something fun. We've got a slip in pace, fine leg and third man, the 2 boundary riders. That would make sense if you're bowling this quick. So let's have a look at him, and don't turn off your screens. Here we go. Well, if it comes quick, it comes even quicker off the bat. And that is a low full toss, and he puts it away for 4. Well, 2 maidens yesterday, not this time. Low full toss, and that's bread and butter for any batsman. 4 runs. I'll be disappointed with that. It's a bit of a loose nut, but I'm sure he'll get into his spell shortly. You can see that hit the bat pretty hard, but jarred out for a single, and they'll scoot through pretty quickly. It's a good call by Lazaridis, and well, Newton, good start from him. You sort of feel for Zagreb Sokol, if they're going to get anywhere near this chase, one of these 2 needs to bat basically the 10 overs. All the pressure is on them. Gets this ball a tad full, but jars down on the bat, and they scoot through for a single. So Lazaridis facing up now. He'll be a little bit disappointed with how his tournament's been with the bat, and I'm sure in one game he will click. He is a talented player. Yeah, definitely some pace about Batten. One of the quicker bowlers you'll probably see in the ECL. There's a few I can think of that you'll see. Mohammed Cameron for Pakai Care in week 5. I dare say he's pretty quick as well. Always exciting to see a fast bowler. Always draws the crowd in. He's coming around the wicket to the left-hander now. They're just adjusting the field. Looks like a deep extra cover and a deep third man in place. Still keeping the slip. Nice and aggressive. It's a straight ball and middle stump, and respectfully defended into the leg side. Yeah, not bad pace. Good action. But yeah, Lazaridis. Can Lazaridis get himself in and play a substantial knock for his team? That's out. Oh, and surely, I thought that was absolutely plumb from what I saw. Well, I don't know what I was looking at. I thought that hit him on the toe. I thought that was going to be straight up, but there was barely an appeal. Unless it's hit his bat, I don't know what I was looking at. You're not going to be able to tell from this angle. Here we go. This angle might tell us. Oh, no, it won't, because it's gone off. Maybe we can show it next ball. Lazaridis hits it into the leg side, and they get through for a single. But yeah, there wasn't really an appeal on the ball before. It was full. It was a Yorker. And the speed it sort of went to slip, I thought that smashed him on the toe. Anyway, both openers off the mark now. We move on. And they've gone through 5 balls of the express bowler. Another full Yorker and pushed into the offside, so good batting from these 2. 7 off it. I think that Zagreb Sokol will be pretty happy to see the back end of Batten's 1 over. 7 for none after 1. And yeah, for Zagreb Sokol to go on and win this game, you feel like one of these 2 is going to have to be there the whole time. And if they do play a substantial innings, I'm sure they'll get there. And that was the single there. A bit exciting to show you that one. And we'll welcome back Vinny Sandhu. Vinny, you've been watching it at the back of the commentary box. What are your thoughts so far?
Yeah, I didn't have a good angle on that one either. Certainly thought probably what saved him maybe got outside the off stump, slightly outside the line. But yeah, I mean, the bat goes for 7 more than he went for yesterday. I think you take it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, if that's your spearhead, if you take him for none for 12 off his 2 overs, you'll be pretty happy with that.
So now, I mean, the thing is, you need 13s now. So you need to make some hay in this second over. Third one might be the express back again. Oh, trouble. Big trouble. It's going to be caught and bowled. Oh, senor. It is a wicket off the first ball of the second. You've seen off the Bulgarian Express. Rohit Demand. He's almost got more wickets than runs. He certainly did before today. He does his own work here. Just turns across it. Newton, well, he'll be upset with himself going in that fashion, but he's got to go for only 6. Score now 7 for 1.
Yeah, that's a really big wicket because Newton's been the glue for this side. He's batted pretty well all competition, but unfortunately for him, he gets the leading edge and he's out. Just out for 6, and Timan with the old cord and bold, good for your stats.
Yeah, they are. He's swimming in fantasy points. Take them all back to the hotel, throw them in the bathtub. And so, yeah, that really hurts with Newton going for only 6, I think. Yeah, a lot of responsibility on the captain, Dan Lazaridis.
He has to play the pretty serious knock, doesn't he? But he is due a score.
Yeah, sure is. So, we've now got Rohit Demand feeling a bit better about life.
Well, here we go.
Here's the
What's going on down by the giant ball?
Now this, just having a bit of a group photo with the fans and the MWAGs, the mums and the wives and the girlfriends.
Surprised you're not trying to sneak yourself into another photo.
It's okay, I'm not allowed. The mums, the wives and the girlfriends. I think they just want to keep it Irish only. Although I do have the green shirt. Maybe I'd sneak in. Anyway. Grabs a bit of pad. Well, there's no run here. He'll be out of his hits and he's gone. He's going to be gone first ball. Sahil Ahmed. Well, this is a complete disaster. And you see, there's just that half chance, really, as the keeper, Shafkat Khan. Well, he's not normally the most mobile of keepers, but he didn't have to go too far. Let's see what happens. You see, I think, honestly, that's probably on Sahil Ahmed. He didn't really get a yes from Lazaridis. See this? He sees it there and says, stop. And he just overcommitted. But you still got to hit the stumps. That's a sharp bit of work from Shafkat. Things go from bad to worse for Zagreb Sokol. Now they're 7 for 2.
Oh, no. Well, you couldn't have had a worse start. Big confusion, and he's going to run himself out for a golden duck here. I heard a loud no from Lazaridis, so I don't think he's at fault. But, I mean, confusion can happen, but this couldn't be worse of a start for Zagreb Sokol. He'll be so disappointed to get out for a duck, and a team hat-trick is on the line now.
Oh, that's so disappointing. That's cricket though, isn't it? See, I think he's just observing, but you see, he spends a bit too long looking at the ball there. Sahil Ahmed, as we have new ball, which ends up getting work for a single. To Sam Houghton, who's out there now with his captain. Yeah, so the issue there, if you're not watching your partner, you just lose that vital second of communication. And yeah, Lazaridis, when he shouted the no, Sahil Ahmed already drifted just a bit too far out of his ground.
What can Lazaridis do? Can he breathe some life into this fixture? He's a big, powerful man. He stands quite upright in his stance, but he has to get himself in.
It's this, but straight back at the bowler. It's a hard game when things aren't rolling your way. I feel like the weight of the world on Lazaridis' shoulders here.
Yeah, well, Sam Houghton we saw play some substantial innings in Croatia, so he can offer some good support.
This is in the air, and this is catchable. 3 steps back. Oh! Was it? Well, you couldn't believe it there. But
well, I had the keys in the van. I was about to warm it up for Zagreb Sokol because they were on their way home. But that is a bad miss.
Deepak Duhan. So you come into the team, and what's your biggest fear? Probably this. The ball getting skied straight to. You think you're hiding behind the batter? He's dropped.
Well, that
Zagreb Sokol skipper.
when things aren't going your way, you need a little bit of luck, and maybe that's the luck Lazaridis needs. That's pushed down the ground for a single, so that'll bring the end to a pretty interesting second over. It's 10 for 2, and well, that asking rate's already ballooned up to above 14s, but that dropped catch, maybe it's his day.
Yeah, well maybe, but already they need over 14 and over, and so it's a lot of pressure. And so you got the Iceman out there, Sam Houghton. So I guess we'll have to see Zagreb Sokol. That's the thing. I mean, even if they can't quite pull this off, they just need to start feeling better about things.
All the fours.
Yeah, you see that, 4 of a kind. So it's the haves and the have-nots. Those that have won, those that haven't. That shows the top 4 at least. All shown ambition, I think, to make it down to the business end of this tournament. Anyway, all aboard. Here comes the Bulgarian Express, over number 3. Oh, he starts with a full toss, which gets edged by Houghton. One bounce to the slip.
Well,
see the slip in there? Did you see him actually catching one?
It's pretty impressive that he got it to slip. It was a full toss down the leg side, and he's
The footwork.
almost edged that onto his stumps.
Look at where Houghton's feet finished there.
Sam always looks like he wants to open up to hit it through the offside, always.
That's exactly right. He ends up on the tram lines.
There you go.
Well, he does get it. He finds the fielder, launches it, but just a single.
So, Vinny, obviously you need 14 and over. The odds are against you, but you're facing their main spearhead. Do you see him off a bit? Because, I mean, he is a spearhead.
Yeah, no, he is. I think I'd already be almost in the strategy of batting first and not worrying about the scoreboard, just trying to build my innings the way I would, regardless of the situation. I think you're looking to get bat on ball. You know that if you get bat on ball, it'll fly away at the pace that he's bowling. I mean, problem yesterday is they couldn't even hit him. You know, so
Did he bowl a bit shorter yesterday and into the pitch? Because from what I've seen, it's very full.
yeah, probably maybe just good length yesterday. He's maybe a bit full yesterday. There's another one. And just concede one here. So I think, there's no point running out just trying to slog everything to the moon against Batten. That's not going to end well for you. So I think, you're looking for something. You're just looking to make good contact on the ball and then let the ball do the work. You've only got 2 outfielders. We know you can score anywhere. So that's why Houghton, I don't want to see him backing away too much. I'd like to see him get in line, maybe.
It's not his game though, is
balls.
it?
Yeah. He's just got to stand up and bat. This one hit too hard to mid off. Oh, he's out. He run out here. Lazaridis is gone. He's caught napping. And Houghton was pretty quick to say no. Lazaridis, the turning circle of the Queen Mary. We've had another direct hit, another run out. And Indo-Bulgarian are on fire, hitting the sticks, and it's 12 for 3.
Oh, I'm a bit in shock here, Vinny. I'm not too sure how they've made a mess of this. The big man's run out. I'm going to have to take a close look. Sam hits it straight to mid-off. Just poor communication, and before you know it, he's halfway down. Another wicket goes, and for me, I can't see them getting close to these runs now.
You have to say, look at Lakov with the direct hit. Oh, he's had a good game, hasn't he? Yeah, I think the issue there, Lazaridis is already backing up probably 2 metres. He's taken another 2 on the hit. So even though it looks like he doesn't get back quickly. The door was open for that kind of dismissal. When you consider how much he was out by, I think he knew. So look, he's already about 2 metres out there. Then he takes 2 more steps before he realises. I wouldn't say it was the quickest turnaround ever, but you try turning around something that big.
It's like a bus turning in quicksand. But no, he's backed up too far. He's having a shocking tournament with the bat, the big man. Hopefully he can find some form when it really matters.
Well, they love the conductor in the chat as well, Chris Lakov. And supporting the Express, making things happen.
I've been really impressed with Indo-Bulgarian in the field this tournament so far. Really impressed.
Yeah, Houghton pushes, runs this time. They will get one to Lakov. He's a really good fielder. He put down a catch yesterday. It's the first one I've seen him put down in quite a while. He just does the little things. He's like that kind of, so I suppose I'd call it, that kind of Australian/New Zealand style. Kind of very enthusiastic in the field, a lot of energy. He works hard on his fielding. You'd see that he batted quite intelligently, playing his role. Also delivers with the ball. Abhishek's out there now. once apiece. This time we'll get a single, and that's the end of the second over of Batten. He'll finish with none for 11. It's 14 for 3 after 3. Interesting. I just feel, just eyeballing it, maybe not quite as quick as he bowled last night, but
Yeah, I don't want to upset the viewers. That wasn't that quick.
maybe just try to fire him up. maybe it's just.
No, but look,
The trains don't always speed, you know. But he just cruise today.
I heard yesterday it was right, but yeah, that didn't look as quick as what I've heard anyway. But definitely in the top half of these.
It's got a bit in the tank.
Will he be the quickest in the comp?
In the whole comp? I think he'll have some competition.
Hitman.
Oh yeah, week 5.
Week 5, turn on.
I care. All right, where to from here? Oh, this is another one. It should be a simple catch, and it's taken. So this is another one which goes down. This time it's Rohit Singh who holds on to the catch. And Zagreb Sokol, you start to worry about the direction this innings is going. Just comes after this slight leading edge. I think he's looking to hit them the onside. Sharkat just skews it away. Rohit Singh does the rest. That's the 4th wicket down. Zagreb Sokol are 14 for 4.
Yeah, it's tough. You've got to come out. You've got to get on with it from ball 1. But yeah, they need to go up around 16s and over now. It's not looking good at 14 for 4. And you can see for a new batsman coming in, not easy to start either. And they've fielded well, they're bowling well, and Indo-Bulgarian are on track for their first victory. What I will say, Vinny, is there's a good chance that these two will finish probably in 5th and 6th, and they'll be playing in the Eliminator on Thursday morning. I'd be trying to tell the guys here that spend a bit of time at the crease and get a bit of form against their bowlers, because there is a big chance they will come 5th and 6th in this group.
Yeah, you've got to think a bit meta, I think, in this situation, where you probably know you're not chasing these down unless something remarkable happens. I mean, there's the Iceman out there, Sam Houghton, come up with a few heroics. They bring Skinner out there now. David Skinner will be facing up. But yeah, just try and get some confidence back with the bat. It's hard to win games if you're not scoring runs. Skinner wants one. It's Shafkat. Last time I saw him, I think he'd torn every muscle in one of his legs, and he kept the final in ECS Bulgaria. And he probably reminded me of the stationary fielder in Gibraltar, if you were with us then, who, how's this? I don't know if I told you about this in Gibraltar. We had a guy, Christian Rocker, who, running a single, he pulled both hamstrings. He fell, he got hit by the ball in the back of the leg as well. And as he fell, I thought he dived and got hit by the ball, but what actually happened, he pulled both hamstrings running. He got hit by the ball in the back of the leg. I thought he was diving, he was actually falling, and he broke 2 ribs on the impact. And then he fielded 20 overs that night, and he couldn't move. So, I wouldn't say Shafkat was that immobile, but not far away. Skinner can't get this one away from Demand. He's been pretty good, hasn't he? 2 for 5.
Yeah, like I said, Indo-Bulgarian, they just asked the right questions.
Goes after this, and he'll get away with it. May not get a boundary, though. It's a nice bit of team fielding down there. That's the Bulgarian Express, just off the tracks. Keeps that to 2.
Yeah, good fielding, and this is what I mean, just the 1%ers. I mean, they're going to be a team when it comes Super Thursday that could cause an upset, you feel. Especially if that opening pair keeps making runs.
Nice ball of the over. Skinner pushes. He'll get 1, retains the strike. 4 overs down. Zagreb Sokol 19 for 4. And hope that you are having a great day wherever you are around the world. And thanks for joining us on the European Cricket Network for another big day of cricket. This is only week 2 of 6 weeks, and you mentioned a player there that we're all looking forward to seeing, Mohamed Kamran for Pakai Care Badalona, which we'll see in Group E in week 5. But that's the beauty of this, isn't it? Every week has a kind of different feel, a different vibe. I mean, I think this one is the kind of week where I feel like anything can happen. A bit like the first week where we had some predictable results and we had a few surprises. We've had a couple of surprises pretty early on the piece here, I think, especially starting with Griffins, who did a number on the Irish on the opening morning. Yeah,
and then you had it was the Bjorvika, the Norwegian team, beating the Griffins just before. So that's blown this group wide open, and I still think Indo-Bulgarian, when it comes to Super Thursday, they could turn something on.
Here's Chris Lakov, full straight. Skinner might get 2 here. It's a really long chase for the man out the boundary. As Prakash Mishra gets some extra camera time for no particular reason. Why not get the camera on him? He certainly batted well, didn't he, in the first innings, setting this up.
So do you keep going with the chase here, Vinny, or are you just spending time at the crease?
I wouldn't call it spending time in the crease. I'd be like, okay, I'm trying to get to 80 or something like that. I'm batting as if this is our first innings and we've collapsed early. Skinner's just trying to get bat on ball. Houghton's probably the more pronounced hitter of the two. Call me Iceman because he's kind of the finisher in Gibraltar. He's able to come up with a couple of bits of brilliance at the end of innings, including a golden ball, which he was able to strike for 4. The only golden ball win we've had from the batting side so far in 2022. We've had 3 of them. Houghton is on 5. Yeah, so I mean, well, one thing you got to hit it. But what do you think about Chris Lakov?
I'm a huge fan of the Tash.
Yeah, Super Mario, Rico calls him.
Yeah, one of the great mows I've seen.
Is there a bit of Breaking Bad about him?
Ooh. Yeah, there is actually. Not a bad shout.
Like a flashback in the show. Yeah, you like that one. Yeah, so it'll be a run. Down the third man, but only one. So what do you think in the chat? Do you think the Express was full pace today, or do you think it was a little bit down? Let us know, because the chat, they were all here yesterday. It's got a lot of train heads in the chat.
Oh, do we really?
Yeah, they love the Express. The train emoji is getting a fair workout.
I'm going to let them all down with a comment here.
Okay. I'm sure I'll be watching this back. Guess you don't have to face him.
Obviously he's talented in that, but if you actually look at his 12 balls there, he bowled 6 full tosses. So I don't know if that was his best spell, but obviously he's got some pace about him, and this is what's nice to bring the Champions League, because you're finding talent from everywhere.
No, I agree. It wasn't his best spell, but I guess you look at the score, they're well on top. He's bowled 2 of those overs. Out pushed away, he'll get 1 here. Good over from Lakov. Can he concede 6? Halfway through this chase, Zagreb Sokol feel like they're on the tracks and the train's coming and they don't have long to go. The score is 25 for 4.
Yeah, it's not too often you get matches like this where the batting team's almost out of it already with 5 overs to go. But I mean, a bit of time at the crease. We think there's a good chance these 2 teams might play in the eliminator on Thursday morning, so got to keep believing. Some good comments in the chat. Want to see the commentator face the Express? No, thank you. That's why I've retired. Yeah. It's easier from up here.
Yeah. It's a lot easy. I haven't been dismissed once since I've been commentating, and I like it. Yeah, we can set that up. Piers Morgan's to Brett Lee style.
I'd like to think I'm a bit better than Piers Morgan.
Piers Morgan would probably disagree.
I'm an ECL champion. I've held the trophy. I've tasted the success.
Yeah, Corey, and luckily we have deleted the footage of your 3 6s in a row from 2019.
I've got people are coming at me and check. Kieran Hammond said, "Watch the highlights yesterday." I can't. I'm watching this game. It's just recalling what I saw this game.
Steady on. Now, I had my thoughts on this yesterday. Shafkat Khan, he's not up to the stumps, but he's not back. He's in disputed territory, about 3 metres back to Rohit Singh. And goes straight, and he gets this one. Pretty good. Good placement from the Iceman. Maximo! First one of the innings. There was just the 4 off the first ball of this innings. We've had to wait till over number 6 to get another boundary. This time it's 6 to Houghton.
Yeah, good shot from him. Gets the half volley, and well, that'll help the confidence along. Another 6. Can he get himself up to a bit of a score here?
He just uses his hands to slice this one away, but he does find the infield. That's Lakov. He's been busy. Houghton, I think for him, he's going to have to decide what his role is. Is he another opening option, for example? Yeah, this will help. This is short. He goes back and he laces this. Well, watch out the cheap seats. That one's gone a long way. Maximo. 6 more to Houghton. Nice shot.
Yeah, nice shot. He gets a ball back of Valanthe. You've still got to put it away. And this will give him a bit of confidence. And like we said, these 2 teams will come up against each other later in the week, we think. So every run counts. And Houghton showing he's got the ability to clear the pickets.
Yeah. He's timed that one nicely. He's actually become quite experienced in this format of the game, having played 2 series now of T10 cricket. We had the ECS in Croatia, and then also the fan code European Cricket T10 in Gibraltar recently. And he won with the Colpe Giants. It was a key member of that lineup.
Why was he there playing?
He'd spent some time in the south of Spain, so this kind of area over the winter, because Croatia was too cold. And so That's where he got involved with the Giants organisation. Lack of clean hands. They're up and about Indo-Bulgarian. They have 4 overs away from their first win in ECL cricket. 6 overs down is 38 for 4.
Yeah, good fielding, and they're doing everything right, and closing in on their first victory, and thoroughly deserved. They've completely outplayed Zagreb Sokol this whole match, with the bat, with the ball, and in the field. Have a quick look at the bowling figures, and Rohit Demand, he'll be pretty happy, 2 for 8. And no one else really getting too much tap, just Rohit Singh getting hit for a couple of boundaries there. But no, they have completely outplayed them here, Vinny, and very close to their first victory.
Well, Luke has blocked LPO 10 in the chat.
Thank you, Luke.
I've taken the executive decision to unblock him.
No, I like it.
But just tread carefully. Try and keep it respectful. I think it was Corey couldn't play a piano, yet alone the Express, which I think's... It's just, I think the truth is an offence.
Henry Hamilton's came in.
I like Henry.
All I said is...
Stay away from my chat.
All I said, out of the 12 balls I saw, 6 of them were low full tosses.
Just going to call a truce between everyone. We don't want to make anyone angry, except the Express, if it means he's going to bowl faster. But I think let's just...
Everyone
just settle down.
I want to see a little bit quicker, that's all.
Just going to strap the chairs down. No ball called. I haven't seen too many of these.
That's going to give a free hit, which is nice.
This is a deep swing, I think. Let's come in. Let's see if it was for a front foot or if it was for something else. There we go. Oh, touch and go.
Well, we might have had a bit of hard luck there.
Yeah. You can see how the umpire gives that. Probably shoots forward a little bit. Oh, he's chopped on. It's the end of Skinner.
Oh, it's not. It's a free hit.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't going to say it was out. I said he's chopped on.
You went to go give it the big conclusion. I know this game's almost over, but you were gone there.
You can't prove that. And I hadn't gone in. I hadn't said it was a wicket. That is a classic one that we forget, though. Because I was looking at that one. What I was going to say is, I know the rule, if you land behind, you can slide forward, but I guess it's not always clear to the umpire. You know, we always, also when you think about where they stand, they're 2-3 metres further back, I still think that's on the bowler. You shouldn't be getting that close. You're getting the umpire interested. You don't gain a lot from it. Skinner survives. Next ball, swing and a miss.
So, going forward for Zagreb, what can they do to get a win in this competition? I think Lazaridis is off spin. Has to come into it. Should they change the batting lineup a bit? Should they tinker? What can they do? Should Shakat go up there and try and tee off at the top?
Yeah, they've got to go Newton at the top, but it's who goes with him. Ideally, they don't want Houghton batting in the first half. But an alternative would be perhaps to do completely the opposite of that and put Houghton up the top, who doesn't have to go for it straight away because he's not an out-and-out hitter. Yeah. But what he can do is rotate the strike and give the strike back to Newton. I think Newton's their big hope that he can provide a lot of the runs at this level. He only contributed 6 in this effort. Oh, it's almost. He's back to Deep Singh. But will just be 1.
Maybe they could go Houghton at the top, potentially to partner up Newton. Lazaridis slides down to 3, just to give him a little bit more of a sighter.
That's what I was thinking.
He bowls some spin. Maybe they can find another spin. Maybe bring back Mark Davies.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think it's too much of a workload for Houghton. Over the batting and keeping. Last ball of the over. Skinner can't get this one off the square. 7 overs down. Zagreb struggling at the moment. 42 for 4. Remember, earlier this morning they were only able to graft 45 off their 10 overs. So it's been a tough day at the office with the bat. As we look ahead to the final match of the day, match 10, and this should be a really good one. Of course, these are 2 of those teams with 2 wins out of 3. Brigade, the All-Ireland champions, versus Bjorvika from Norway. The news from the toss is Brigade. They've won the toss. They've sent in Bjorvika. Bjorvika chased very well last game, although they had kept them to a pretty low score. And that game will be coming your way in approximately 40 minutes right here on the European Cricket Network. Who do you like in that game, Corey?
Tough to call because Bjorvika, they surprised the Guernsey-based side earlier today, so they'll be confident, but I think Brigade's starting to find their T10 mojo, so I'm going to go with them.
Okay, fair enough. Karamshizad batted well though, that last game, 39 off only 10 balls, unbeaten. Luke in the chat saying Sam doesn't really like batting up the order, which I can understand, but then sometimes you ask things of your players, sometimes you just have to push them out there and say, You know, this is what we need you to do.
Yeah, I think in T20, 50 over, yeah, okay, you don't want to face a new ball, but in this, it's so short, and like your best players have to be there in the better positions.
Great. Yeah. Chris Lakov's back. Skinner. And he's chopped a couple into the pitch.
What's the slowest strike rate you've seen for someone that's batted maybe 15 or 18 balls in a...
15 or 18 is tough.
Do you remember hearing about
out or
Gavaskar?
just at some point? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, hear about Gavaskar in that 50 over match? 60 over
60
match.
over match. Nice shot by Skinner that time. I'm going to get one here.
What was the story with that? Sunil Gavaskar was chasing 360.
It was in the 1975 World Cup, I think.
Yep.
And I think it was India-England or sorry, India versus...
Yeah, India-England it might have been, yeah.
England scored something at 5.5 or 6 and over. So it was something over 300, which in those days was just unheard of. And so Gavaskar said, well, that's impossible to chase. So this one could be a catch, and it's taken. And so, well, watch out. Who said that the prize fighters can't move sideways? As Prakash, he had to get on his bike there, but he does. And in the end, he removes Sam Houghton from the equation. Just working to wait, but that's a nice bit of fielding in the end. You see, gets there quick, has to pull up the brakes pretty quick. And that's 5 wickets now. Zagreb Sokol, they lose the Iceman at 44 for 5.
Yeah, very nice catch, and another wicket falls. But go on with this little story that people might not know.
Yeah, so Sunil Gavaskar, who was opening the batting for India, said, well, that's impossible to chase, so I'm just going to sit there, and he blocked for 60 overs. I think he made 35 not out.
That was 37 not out.
Yeah, well, something in the 30s.
Pretty amazing though, isn't it? Stubborn.
Way to take the gloss off for a big win, isn't it?
They had to come out in this and someone just made 2 off 42.
Yeah, it's the same as that. It's basically the same.
I do miss our old cricket knowledge chats. We do that quite a lot.
Yeah, we just don't have the time, do we? At the time, he got given out LBW and then told his partner to come off with him. They weren't playing anymore. That was in Australia. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, and that was against Lily. Wasn't Lily playing in that?
And Lily helpfully pointed on the pad where he got hit. I don't think he liked that. Lakov gets the wicket. It's had a very good game.
Maybe we have a little bit of time to touch base stuff. If you could bring any world cricketer into this T10 format, who would you bring into it? Who would you love to watch?
I always give the same answer for all these questions. Viv Richards. Love Viv Richards.
Good answer.
He was ahead of his time. Especially if there were swagger points.
Do you think he'd be the most effective?
Oh, well, I don't know about the most effective. I mean, if we're at T10, okay, as we get to the end of 8 overs, the score is 44 for 5.
Yeah, you think Viv Richards is the most effective T10 player you could bring in?
I mean, if I could bring anyone into this, it'd be Andy Simons.
Ooh,
onto this field, right? With his fielding, with the way he could hit a cricket ball, and he could bowl pace and spin. So, yes.
I'd go a little bit more new age, and I think bowling wins a lot of games. I'd be going Malinga.
Yeah.
I think he'd be so difficult in this T10 format. 12 balls at the shoot.
Yeah, sure. Bit of a sandstorm coming across the ground. The wind's totally opposite to yesterday.
Oh, the fan zone's being turned upside down.
See what's left of it after this. 2 overs to go in this one. Deep Singh, it's the second over. It's just sliced past him by Skinner. He's made a nice little 11 not out here. A bit of TV time.
A bit of Gavaskar about this innings, enjoying himself.
You know, the thing is, he's stuck around where a lot of his teammates couldn't, though. They're playing for pride, and they have a lot of pride in their team. Fairly new to the scene on ECN Croatia. This is struck pretty nicely, but he's going to have to hustle and just get the one. But Shukla.
Just to finish off that story about Gavaskar, you said 35, I said 37, it was 36.
There we go.
Just bang on.
I mean, Price is Right rules, I win, because you have to be as close as possible without going over.
I won the showcase on the Price is Right, remember that.
There was a game last year. Corey told me that he once won the showcase on the Price. No, he said you were 1 away.
Yeah, something like
that. And I said, it's actually a pretty good story. I don't mind sharing it at this point. Let's look at Deep Singh. Swing and a miss. Corey told me, I think it was in Portugal, the series we had there, where you said that you once got 2 the wrong way around on the showcase, you would have won all the prizes. I said, which 2 did you get around the wrong way? And then you just broke into a sweat and panic and said, sorry, I made it up.
Maybe that's a good segue into tell our viewers we're going to Portugal. That's the room. We're going back 2 weeks.
That's the rumour. Nothing's confirmed yet, but we are planning to spend some time there, which I'm looking forward to. They get one here. Good call by Shukla. He was quick to spot that he could get through for a single. So at least they haven't gone past their score this morning. But I'm sure they'd love to nudge up towards the kind of 60, at least the run-a-ball mark. I always think that brings some respectability to the total. It'll be a great experience for these guys to be out there in the ECL, of course.
One stat for you, from Group A and Group B, every single team that's entered the competition has at least had one loss.
Yeah.
So it shows you everyone can beat everyone. I'm sure Zagreb just needs to stay positive and they can get a win in this tournament.
This is in the air, and it should be taken, and it will be. So that's a nice catch down there by the Bulgarian Express. And he was parked, and that one fell right into his carriage. And so it's the end of Shukla, who goes for just a single, and it's 47 for 6.
Yeah, gets another wicket. Well done to him, and caught on the rope. He'll be pretty happy with that. And, well, they've done everything right so far this game, Indo-Bulgarian, and they are very close to their first victory in the competition, and well done to them. The old slower ball hit in the air and a safe catch, but it's great to interact with all our viewers. A few names coming in. Luke Belgium says Wazim Akrab. Sam Nick saying Jason Roy and Phil Salt. I'm actually very good friends with Phil Salt from my time at Islamabad. He is a madman, that boy. He's a good man.
Likes to go big.
And he does.
Shukla goes just a single. So sure we'll see a bit more of him. So you mentioned every team's had a loss. That means every team now after this that we've seen out of the 12, every team's got to win now except for Zagreb Sokol.
I still think Zagreb will steal a win. I just think they will somewhere. There is.
Yeah, you look at Star CC last week. I mean,
oh, that was a story.
You know, then things can turn around real quick. Deep Singh with the wicket. This one gets pulled away. It's Masum who's out there now. He'll retain the strike. And the score is 48 for 6. One over to come here in the fourth match of the day. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot, though. There's a lot of players, you'd say. I mean, Gilchrist, all of these type players. Any of these big hitters. I mean, what about the Sri Lankan opening pair for the mid-90s, Kalavidarana and Jaya Surya? They changed cricket, didn't they? Because up until then, they had the 15-over kind of power play, as we'd call it now, to encourage big hitting. But there used to be 15 overs. And that's when they first brought in the circle. First, there was no power play. They brought in the circle just so you couldn't have everyone on the boundary. Okay. And in England, they're... Oh, hurry up. They'll get one there. So, and then they kind of extended that to, okay, in the first 15 overs, you can only have 2 outfielders. But then people still didn't really go for it straight away. They said they felt like maybe it was a trick or something. They still played pretty conservatively. Prakash Mishra getting it over here. He's had a pretty good day, hasn't he? He's probably in the box seat for the Player of the Match honours. President of the Bulgarian Cricket Federation. So, of course, there's a lot of people put a lot of work into cricket at the domestic level across Europe. Slower ball in the air, just out of the grasp of Deep Singh. It's nice clean up from Webster.
Well, they deserve this win, don't they? They've been pretty efficient the whole game.
And look, to be honest, they won it with their batting, I think. And, you know, they didn't have a bad start with the bowling, but they had the confidence of that score on the board. As Masum's after him, hanging in the air alongside. Well, he almost holds on to this, and they might get 2 now. Although, this would have been out by some distance. And, well, that would have been a classic catch. And I'm sure I'll be disappointed, but still, I think the Bulgarians will be pretty happy with where they're at in this contest.
Yeah, good effort. Unfortunately, couldn't hold it for some fantasy points, and they turned for 2. Would have been probably run out.
I would have been out easily. That's Bulgarian Express came in, and this next one, there was something on a thick down leg side. Could be a bit of pad. And they're going to go for 2. Well, maybe they're not. Overruled by Skinner, who said, look, I've worked really hard for my 13. I'm not getting run out now. So Skinner will face last ball. In fact, that one was a wide, I think.
Yeah, they're going to be 2 left.
Yeah.
Skinner got a boundary. Can he get 1?
I hope he does.
I hope he does as well.
Lovely guy, Dave.
Edge.
Yeah, well, he gives it a fair crack, but he doesn't quite have the journey. I think he's going to be caught. He is off the second last ball of this one for 13. But still, it's nice to see him out there. I think they're going to have a look at this. I think the fielder claims it straight away. I think he's just been asked to stay, but my feeling is if the fielder claims this one, I think it's pretty clean. Yes, it's fine.
Yeah, definitely.
It's fine. Where is? Slow this one down a bit. Yeah, look, I think he's got the finger under this one. See, look there. I know they'll slow this down. That to me is a catch. I mean, because we can't see conclusively. I'll put it this way: whatever the on-field call is what it should stay. So I think now he's been given the decision. Skinner, I think he's walked actually. I don't know if he's waiting. I think it's one of those ones where the fielder normally has a pretty good idea and it can give you a bit of false picture because you can't even see the grass. But yeah, give someone else an opportunity to face the last ball. Well done to David Skinner though. I mean, I have to say it wasn't easy out there, and yeah, he certainly has put a lot into Croatian cricket, and he'll be disappointed, of course. Another one to take off. They haven't been able to mount a bit more of a serious challenge in this chase. We will have one more ball remaining. Wazal Kamal will be the man. Will come out and face it. And up to 54. Well, I said it'd be nice to get 60, which is run a ball. All he has to do is hit a 6. Corey.
Well, if you've got one ball, you're playing live on the air around the world, and all your friends and family are tuning in. Try to do something a bit funky here. Maybe a switch hit or a ramp or something. Nothing to lose. It's just one ball.
Yeah. Certainly built to hit 6s. Wazal Kamal. So Mishra chips in with the wicket. Last ball of this contest. Has hit pretty well. Just knocked down Deep Singh. And will they try for 2? Well, they want it. They're not actually going to get it in the end. So Wazal Kamal will get the single and that'll finish things. Zagreb Sokol, they're going to finish 55 for 7 off their 10 overs. It's a comfortable win for Indo-Bulgarian. Congratulations to them. It's their first win in ECL cricket. And look, they do have some firepower. To the Bulgarian supporters. They are loving what they're seeing, of course. Got some of those bowling weapons in particular, and with Mishra hitting some form, I mean, you would say it'd be tough for them to get out of the bottom 3, but they might have their visions on 4th perhaps, where they could have an easier time on Super Thursday. But in the end, Zagreb Sokol, unfortunately for them, with the early loss of Newton, it was always going to be tough, and they ended up kind of staggering to 55. But really, let's give credit where it's due, and Indo-Bulgarian, they thoroughly deserve their first win in the competition.
Yeah, absolutely. I think all round they played this game pretty well, especially with the bat, but even better with the ball. And well, we're looking at the highlights here, and that's an old highlight. We've gone back to the shucker catch. Let's get back onto the other side. We're looking at something old here, but we get back to Indo-Bulgaria. They played really, really well, and these were the big moments. The run out there, 2 run-outs to start this innings, and they never really recovered with Zagreb Sokol. Those run-outs will always hurt you. What I think was most impressive for me, I know we talked about the Bulgarian Express, I think they bowled as a unit, and I don't think it's just a one-man show. I was really impressed with all 4 or 5 bowlers used. They kept it pretty steady, and when you do that with a good fielding unit behind you, you've got to be able to keep teams down to a low score.
Yeah, exactly right. And it's always tough coming out of this situation. I mean, I used to bat in the bottom 4 for my team in these short form games where there's been a flurry of wickets, and you think, what am I meant to do about it? And that's why I kind of sympathise with things of Skinner as well, because he's out there, he's got a tough situation, he's just batting for pride, if nothing else. That's why I did like that he stuck in. But look, they had plenty of good performers, didn't they? Bulgarian Express, I don't think it was quite in top gear. Lakov had a really good game. I'm sure Prakash Mishra will take the Player of the Match award. But in Bulgaria, they're building. They've got their first win. Now here's 2 teams that are evenly matched, 2-1 after their first 3 matches. Brigade, they will be bowling first after winning the toss. Bjorvika, they do have Big Usman Arif, who will send them down at a decent pace. But Razul, he's been quite effective with the ball. And for Brigade, they've got a couple of players, don't they? McCarter's one, who I think is dangerous. McDade as well. As we look at this response, and they didn't give too many away, did they? 1 low ball and 2 wides, and even the low ball was a bit dicey for the Indo-Bulgarian bowling. And Houghton top scoring with 23 off 19, Skinner with 13 dug in, no one else able to hit single digits. And look, their top 3 only combined for 9 runs, so that always makes it pretty difficult. With the ball, plenty of good performers there. Demand, he was good early too for 8. Again, Batten can't get a wicket at the moment. That's 2 matches in a row that he hasn't, but I would say that Lakov had a good game as well, chipping in with a wicket, as did a couple at the end, including the captain, Prakash Mishra, and Gagdeep Singh. So, Zagreb Sokol, again, they'll have a look. They'll learn from that, I'm sure. And Corey, I'm sure we'll see you again tomorrow for some more cricket. Thanks for your company today. We've enjoyed it.
Thanks,
and I'm looking forward to more high-quality cricket tomorrow with you, of course. I'll be back with Rico for the last game, but going forward, I think it's going to be really interesting to see how this top 3 shapes up, because at the moment, there's 4 teams with identical records.
Yeah, absolutely. So this game coming up now, I mean, if Brigade aren't careful and the Norwegians cause another upset, it really blows the whole thing open. So, no, it's been another exciting day of cricket for me, and thanks for having me again, Vinny.
Yeah, of course. So please join us in about 20 minutes. We will be back for the final match of the day here from the Costa del Sol. It will be Brigade versus Bjorvika. Ireland and Norway going head-to-head. Join us then, Vinny Sandu, Mr. Maximo, along with Corey Ruckers. Rico Fool will join me shortly. For more ECN, you're watching the Bet to Ball European Cricket League.